All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Pre-Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, Carlos. I'm doing okay. I lost my car again yesterday.
I saw that, man. What happened?
There was leaking stuff. It happens when you get an older car. Apparently, they fixed my coolant system, but apparently it's now working so well that it put pressure on other parts of the car. Do you know that sometimes you feel like they're overly complicated? I don't know. Apparently, I've got 3 radiators in my car, and the only way they can look at the radiators is to take the entire front bumper off. So, so they're now removing the bumper of my car.
Yeah. Wow.
And,
man, this is
at least I'm not paying for it. But hey,
that's good.
I thought John would be happy because he's been telling me you got to try an electric car. Apparently, he only wants me to try a Tesla because now I have an all electric Porsche and that I'm driving around, and it takes a little getting used to.
Yeah.
It
takes getting used to not hearing the gear change. It's like, okay, is it coming? It never comes, and it's just keeps going.
It's also just starts. You just push the button and it's on. Like there's no.
I think it's always on. I don't think it ever turns off. It's just like you know the kids remote control cars or the kids remote control cars. Just leave it there. You just press forward and it goes. It's just like that. It's just go. Yeah. It's very weird.
I don't want to dissuade you from buying a Porsche. I keep telling you about my woes. Keep in mind, my car is like 23 years old now, and this is the first time ever I've had problems. I've owned it for almost 20 years, and I've driven it hard. Like I've put 120,000 kilometers on it. I've driven it on the track extensively. I've gone camping in that thing, like. It's done its work. So I guess but the thing is, I guess when problems happen, they happen big, right? So
yeah.
Anyways, anyways, never mind. Let's look at the markets because I missed. I had meetings all afternoon. I wasn't able to hang around and watch what was happening in the markets yesterday, but it looks like things got like really quiet mid-afternoon, and then suddenly they got exciting again right towards the close. So it seems like it was an interesting day, but it was one of those, like, it was a military day, right? 90% of your time is like utter boredom and the rest is sheer terror. Feels like that's what yesterday was.
Yeah, it's a lot of waiting. But yeah, we did see a little spike there. Quick look, friends, at our Gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can always get on there and check what's happening. So right now, a lot of stuff leaning towards the green side of things, and some of the stuff that's gapping down is things that have just been, just going nuts, right? As far as moving up, CRML, UAME, a lot of these similar companies on deck this morning, but they've been rocking the day. Like if you look at their daily, they probably are due for a pullback. Some of these are here this morning, but if you look at our gap up list, I mean, everything is on here. You name it, it's in here. Mara, the coins, the hoods, the Nvidias of the world, all the tech, semis. I mean, it's here. This market, people are saying, oh, tech bubble. But if everybody's worried about a tech bubble, then the bubble doesn't actually happen. Right? It was not like the 90s where everybody just believed it was happening, and that's when you get into trouble. When everybody just buys buying in, not questioning valuation, it's just buying, no problem. But there's so much concern about this being a tech bubble that the tech bubble might actually, AI bubble, it might not actually happen, right? So this market is strong, Peter. This market is strong. U.S. economic calendar, what's going on for today?
The only data point we have coming out today really is the Empire State Manufacturing Survey, which was just released. Surprisingly bullish. That being said, there's a lot of variation in this. So, it goes from a negative, which means contraction in the manufacturing in New York, to growth. It was expected to show a 1.8 point contraction, and instead it came out at 10.7. So I was just looking at the historical numbers here, and yeah, it's not out of the realm. Like last month it was minus 8.7. In August it was plus 11.9. So you can tell it's all over the place here. So I don't know that there's much to get excited about. If it was like radically out of range, then we'd worry about it. But this is not much. We got a couple Fed speakers, and then the Fed Beige Book, which is being released. That's released about 9 times a year. It should just be, again, shouldn't be any surprises. However, every time the Beige Book gets released, the market almost always, I shouldn't say always, there's never an absolute, but it usually reacts. It may not be a major reaction, but it'll be a little bit of blip up or down depending on how the AI bots on Wall Street read the Beige Book comments. It usually sort of reverts back to its original state. So just be aware of that. Once again, if you're trading at 2 o'clock, you need to know about it. If you're not, you don't care. So, and that's it. Pretty quiet calendar today.
All right, there you go, friends. All right, let's jump in here. Let's take a look at a couple of these and see what's going on today. We'll look at, I guess, top four, and then we could just throw a dart at this and see what we look at. I mean, it's just everything is on here. IBG is the first one on deck this morning, and IBG 53% up. It is a 46 million shares float, so not a low flow. That's what I have here on a trading terminal. Hold on a second. Up. Let me scroll higher. This thing's moving around all over the place. 1 million shares flow, so pretty light as far as the flow, Peter. Peter, rocking today. What's the latest and greatest?
Yes, this is, I don't think, one that we've ever traded. Innovation Beverage Group. Don't get used to that name. This is a group out of Australia that I guess it's a distillery. But they have announced a definitive merger agreement with Block Fuel Energy Inc. So, it looks like they are creating a merger. They're going to expect to be traded on the NASDAQ under the ticker FUEL. I sort of like that. But anyways, they are, yeah, so they've got a big merger agreement coming up. When is this actually going to merge? I don't know. Either way, merger deals don't usually yield good trading. So it got them on the list, but probably not going to be one you can trade for profit.
Yeah, I personally don't like it, so I'll leave this one alone. And there's so many things we can look at today. That's not going to be one of them. HOND. HOND is HCM2 acquisition. So today they're up 23%, 89,000 shares traded. So nice pop here on the daily. Had a good day yesterday compared to how they normally trade. Float on this one, 21 million. Pre-market, that's okay. Not as attractive, not blockbuster-ish, but it's doing something here, Peter.
Yeah. There's supposed to be an upcoming shareholder vote for another merger here. This is with Terrestrial Energy. So there seem to be a lot of companies going on mergers today. But when I saw HOND, I thought, oh, we're Honda? Honda Corp? But
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
First thing that came to mind was Honda.
Their ticker's HMC, so they somehow didn't grasp this. I don't know why this HMC acquisition is HCM acquisition is HOND. That the ticker doesn't seem to make any sense. Anyways, doesn't matter. Another merger, not good trading.
Yeah, doesn't look good here. Continuing, next on this list is going to be BTDR. So again, there's a lot of Bitcoin mining stuff on a play this morning. I'm not sure who's driving the story. Maybe it could be this one. This is up 21% this morning. We have 1 million shares traded. Daily looks pretty nice here, breaking out of some areas of resistance around $21, $20, breaking out of that very nicely this morning, Peter. Clearly, this is in play. Is it one that we're watching this morning?
No, remember, this was gapping down yesterday. And I mean, if you look at the daily, very weird sort of daily, right? They've been sort of, they gapped down twice and then sold up over the course of the day, all within the range of what they did on Thursday of last week, right? So big drop Thursday, Friday, an inside day, yesterday, another inside day. Or maybe I should say Monday, Tuesday. So it was Friday last week when they sold off. Monday, Tuesday. We're Wednesday today. I keep forgetting what day of the week. See. Anyways, so sort of weird. Why are they gapping up? Really not sure. Bitcoin prices haven't gone higher. They did release a statement saying that they mined 452 Bitcoin in September, which is good. I mean, that's good numbers because the Bitcoin are getting harder to find, or harder to mine, I guess. And that's free money, I guess. I mean, other than of course the massive cost of compute that they have to put into the mining activity. But their average daily production apparently is now 15.1 Bitcoin, up from 12.1 because all the compute processing that they've put online. So, anyways, there's a lot of technical details behind that and what they've done, but bottom line, they've been spinning up a lot of equipment that's got them more effective in mining. That being said, Bitcoin's supply is, let's see, 19.9 million Bitcoin have been mined so far, 19.93 of a maximum total supply of 21 million Bitcoin. So Carlos, we're getting close. There's only like there's less than just over a million Bitcoin left to be mined ever. And then
Mm-hmm.
all the fun's over. So
So only 1 billion?
no, the 21 million is
Oh,
the
21 million. Oh, that's
maximum
nothing.
Bitcoin supply. And because of remember you get the halving events, and the halving events makes it like twice as difficult to mine, and they do that at stated intervals. So the purpose is to make it more difficult. It's supposed to drive scarcity and make it's sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It makes it more difficult to mine it, therefore theoretically increasing its valuation. The last halving didn't do that great of a job about increasing the value of Bitcoin, but in any event, we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows? We're supposed to, according to Jared here, it's supposed to happen in 2140. That means we're going to get to this law of diminishing returns. Like, is it going to be, we're mining 100,000 a year now, and then it'll go down to, just half each year, or go to be 50,000, and eventually they'll be mining like a single Bitcoin per year across the planet. I guess. Anyway, I don't know. Look, I
We-
don't think I'm going to be here in 2140 to see the end of it all.
2140. Yeah, that's pretty far out. Well,
Yeah.
you never know with technology and AI. There'll be an
Hey,
AI
yeah,
Peter running around, right? Just your thoughts and
maybe I'll be
your memories, you know?
I'll be like that little head in a jar like they have on
Yeah.
Futurama.
Yeah,
Uh,
half the family put me on a shelf and they want to ask me a story. Hey, grandpa, great great grandpa, like, oh, you Mike in my days, you could get into it. Pretty cool. I like it. Kind of creepy, but who
yeah.
knows? Anything's possible. All right, friends. Are you putting this one on deck, Peter?
No.
No. Okay. It's in play. I don't know how well it's going to try. I haven't watched it enough to say, hey, it's a on the main list. But I'm interested to see how this looks a little bit later. I am curious. So I'm going to put it on a secondary list just to check it out. Probably won't even look at it today, given how massive this list is. Next on here is High. I've never seen this one before. HI is on deck this morning, up 18%, 864,000 shares traded. It looks like it got halted earlier today. I'm seeing a T there, maybe for news, not sure, but the charts look horrible, daily and pre-market activity. I'm not watching this, Peter.
Hillenbrand. Another acquisition. This is Hillenbrand, a specialty machinery company out of the U.S. Looks like they're going to be acquired by Lone Star Funds for $32 a share. So This is a $3.8 billion deal. And as you can see, the price has gone up to just under the 32, as it always does, and it will just sit there. So nothing to see here.
Yeah. Yeah, don't like it. We'll leave that alone. Let's continue, friends, to the next one. Again, a bunch of crap in the top here this morning, right? So not a whole lot. Yeah, we're gonna get to the good stuff. There's definitely a list for us to look at. It's just a little bit garbage trucky starting off here. FLNC is next, and then maybe from here we'll hop around, Peter, to some earnings. Some of the stuff we have on deck, some of our usual suspects I think will be great today. How about LAC yesterday? I mean, wow. Me and Melanie were talking about that. I emailed Melanie, tell her, hey, did you stay in? Because she was swinging this, I was swinging it. Yeah, look at this go, man. It is just rocking. There's another one of those companies, Peter, where the government, I think it's a few of them where the government's investing in money. So this thing is doing pretty nice this morning. Definitely in play. But back to FNCL. Is that it? FN? No, FLNC. 17% up, 1 million shares traded. Fluence Energy had a good day yesterday. Pre-market activity looks active. Peter, they're up 70%, which is pretty significant here. All September and into November, they seem to have a beautiful daily and doing very well. Not a whole lot of volume in the intraday action, but for the most part, they're rocking this morning.
Yeah, Fluence Energy. Look, they had an upgrade. Other than that, I mean, this comes on the back of like a dozen downgrades over the last year. So I suppose getting an upgrade is good news. I've never watched this, haven't traded it. I don't think I'll be starting today.
Yeah. Yeah, again, today with everything we have to look at, back of the bus, my friend. Let's look at BCAI, and yeah, it's another one. Lower price stock, up 11%, 920,000 shares traded. Blaze Holdings is the name of the company.
Blaze, yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be watching this.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going to a trade show in Dubai. Apparently, they're
Okay.
going to showcase their AI. I'm not sure why this is on the list today. It's
Yeah, I don't like it. All right, Peter, let's stop here. The whole top of that garbage list, the whole top of that gappers list was garbage. Like there's
yeah.
nothing good that came out of that top five, but there are some really great names on this list that we're going to get to now, Peter. Let's go to you. What's some earnings or maybe some stuff that you like off this list this morning?
Well, just below where you stopped, I was looking at UMAC, UMAC. UMAC was interesting. Unusual Machines, just because it had been on our list before. I didn't mind the price action this morning. Unfortunately, it's an American stock exchange traded stock, which just means fees are a little higher. They have a new deal with an extension of an existing deal with the U.S. Army's 101st Airborne Division to supply 3,500 NDAA compliant motors for their deployment of new attritable battlefield enabler version 1.01 drones. So I love that it's 1.01. So obviously these are early stage drones because it's only 1.01. But these are the ABE drones, attritable battlefield enabler. What does that mean? I had to look it up. What does attritable means? It basically means they can be destroyed at will. So they're sacrificable drones. I had to look up attritable.
That's a nice word.
Attritable, yes. Able to undergo attrition is the definition. So
I've never heard of
basically,
this, yeah.
they just send them out to get destroyed, they're like suicide drones, whatever they are. Anyways, the U.S. Airborne 101st is ordering 3,500 of them, and Unusual Machines gets to supply them. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, kamikaze drones, people are saying in the chat. Yeah, it's probably exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
yeah.
All right. Peter, do you like this one today?
I don't know. Like I sort of I don't like that it trades on the American Stock Exchange. I like the news. The price action is really slow. Like it's 600,000 shares, and it looks like it's dropped off. Right, all of that happened right after 8:30. That's why it caught my attention because right after we started the show, this thing jumped up in volume, but it died off pretty quick. So I guess I have to say at this point, not really. I thought it was fun earlier, but it stopped. It stopped quickly. What could be more fun is some of the stuff that had earnings. I have a few with earnings. Remember, yesterday was all the banks we were talking about. Most of the banks reported. Today, Bank of America always reports just a little bit later. So here they are reporting this morning. Pretty much the same news as all of the other banks yesterday. They beat their numbers quite handily, right? So this is BAC, Bank of America. Uh, they had a 43% jump in investment banking revenue. They raised their interest income outlook. So, it's all rosy and golden out there in Wall Street. So everybody's happy. All the banks did well. Today, a whole lot of secondary banks reported. These are all the regional banks that dot the U.S. I'm not as familiar with them. We have a different banking system in Canada, but Citizens Financial Group, PNC Financial, First Horizon Bank, Bank 7 Corp, Community Trust, all reported. Nobody cares, at least not from a day trading perspective. So don't worry about them. What could be a little more interesting is, Morgan Stanley, by the way, also reported MS. Same type of story. So really not much new to report there. But
Yeah.
Dollar Tree reported, and they also, well, Dollar Tree,
What's their ticker
Dollar
again?
Tree's DLTR, sorry.
DLTR. DLTR.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, yeah, Dollar Tree had earnings early this morning, and they were supposed to report their earnings. I've got mixed reports as to whether they actually did report. It looks like they reaffirmed their outlook and projects earnings growth, but I can't actually find their numbers for the current quarter. So I'm scratching my head a little bit as to what happened. Did they actually release their numbers? Because it's all the talk and all the reports are about their outlook, not their actual reports and their numbers in quarters. So I was thinking that maybe that'll create a trading opportunity if news comes out. The volume's very low this morning, so I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm misinformed on this, and nobody really cares. But I think they were supposed to report. So, anyways, I thought I'd
Yeah.
mention it. I was hoping that would be interesting. I like sometimes the dollar stores, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Some of those can be good to trade occasionally. It doesn't look like Dollar Tree is going to hit the mark this morning. So, other than that,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, Carlos, if we look at the broader market, unlike yesterday where we had stuff all over the place and a lot of stuff gapping down, everything's green. Pretty much everything of note is green.
Yeah.
All of the semiconductors, all of the Magnificent Seven, all of the nuclear stocks, the miners, everything
Quantum.
seems to be green today.
Yeah.
Even the airlines, green, 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 green. So,
Yeah.
usually that means I'll just stick to my knitting. You go back to the basics. You watch Nvidia. Maybe I watch AMD. I watch Tesla at the open. We see what they do and wait for something interesting to happen.
Yeah.
Rare earth
Yeah.
minerals are red. Oh, well, maybe hold on. Where's my rare earth minerals?
Yeah, the minerals, you,
You're right, they are.
Amy. Yeah, those are the only ones that are red, but they ran up so much. Like I mentioned right when we started the show, these guys have been running up so
Yeah.
much. They're kind of getting a pullback. Like, look at you, Amy. You're pulling back from a run to 20. You started the month at $6, right? So, yeah, some of these are due for a pullback. CRML is another one that's been just
Yeah.
rocking it as well. Um, so yeah, I guess they're taking a break here. We'll see
So
what
you can,
happens today, for sure.
yeah, you can pick the outliers. So yeah, UAMY, USAR, MP, which we were trading yesterday, all are red. The only two that are green from this sector that I'm tracking are LAC that you talked about, the lithium stocks, and uranium.
Yep.
UUUU.
Yeah.
Quadruple U. It's
Yep.
it's green this morning. So
Yep. So we'll see where this goes. All right, so let me see. I gotta fill up this list with something. I gotta watch something. So I'm gonna put LAC in here. We'll watch that one. Is really really in play this morning, and I like what I'm seeing there. What's the next one? We'll have to look at some tech. Peter, as far as tech, what do you like this morning? I know that everything is green, but what's your focus when it comes to tech and or the Max sevens?
Just to me, the basics. What I go back to by default are Tesla and Nvidia these days. They're the best movers when you don't know what to watch.
Yeah.
They're usually they give the biggest range. They can give good consistent moves. So yeah, those are my two go-tos.
Yeah, we're gonna have those two on there as well. So LSC, Nvidia, and Tesla for off the gap up list. I saw Oklo's been rocking, friends. Oklo has been another one that's been moving pretty well up here today and the last couple of days as well. Not the easiest thing to trade, but for some reason today I feel like watching Oklo on the main list. I think Oklo could be exciting, so I'm gonna put that on there, and
Huh.
we'll see. Yeah,
Uh,
today could be the day. In quantum,
so here's a Bushan in the
yeah.
chat room mentioned Walmart. So
Oh,
here we go. How about this for a little bit of a mix of industries? Walmart announced a major partnership with OpenAI to enable Chat GPT powered shopping experiences. So
nice.
everybody's jumping on the OpenAI bandwagon, even Walmart. I don't know. Walmart's a hard one to trade. I am not friends with Walmart. It did
Yeah.
put their stock to an all-time high yesterday. They moved to a high and they're holding that ground this morning.
Yep. Yep.
I don't even know what to make of that. I'm not quite sure how my shopping experience would be enhanced by Chat GPT. I don't. I strenuously work to avoid shopping at Walmart, but anyways, but yeah.
Been there
So
a couple of times. Have not really found any issues. But my biggest pet peeve with these guys is accept Apple Pay. What is your problem? Like taking Apple Pay. They don't accept Apple Pay. I got to pull out the wallet. And now my chip, the most ridiculous thing. They created this chip on your credit cards. You have that in Canada, right? The chip on the credit cards you got to put in. You guys do the same thing, right?
well, yeah, chip on the
Okay.
credit card. Yeah.
Yeah, so now the chip is messed up for like the second time. So I got to go get it
Oh,
replaced. And my bank, Bank of America, which I don't know what's wrong with them, I should short them. They charge you. They charge you like a fee
what?
to replace their equipment that I am a user of. It's just this is your
What?
product. Like, why are you charging me? Doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. It's
Wow.
ridiculous.
I've never
Ridiculous.
been charged for. That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, that's extremely weird. So I'm like, you see how long I've been with you guys? You see how much I
Yeah.
spend? I mean, like, I think I got them since I was like 18 or something. Now maybe a little bit later. I had Chase first. All right, let's take a look here. What else, friends? Let's look at the gap down, I guess, right? That's what's left. Gap down list this morning. Let's see. SOC is the one actually. Sable Offshore. I'm not sure what this is, but they're gapping down today a whopping 23%. So, Peter, stock doesn't look great. I mean, they got a nice gap down here with some volume, but I don't like the pre-market activity, and I definitely do not like the daily. Looks a little bit messy. Very light volume, but if they're going to be trading today, today seems to be their day with all this activity.
Yeah, SOC. This is a oil and gas. They're like Sable Offshore Corp. They've got offshore drilling interests, and apparently they got a favorable ruling in a California court. It looks like on the California Coastal Commission litigation. So court ruling against its claims. Oh no, they got an unfavorable ruling and they plan to appeal. I see. So I don't like these stocks to trade at the best times. It's this is this it's news. It might actually be tradable news on SOC. I'm skeptical as to whether we're going to get the price action that will justify it. 1.4 million shares this morning, which is good, but if I look at the actual price action, it's been very spotty. So I don't love the look of it. But the news is not bad though. When you get a ruling against you, I mean the stock's already down 23%. It could go lower. I do like things gapping down, but I don't have a lot of faith in this sector or this stock.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, don't like it. We'll move on. And then what we spoke about, all the minerals are on here, Peter. I mean, every single one of them is on deck this morning. Anyone that you like out of these that are gapping down today?
Well, like you mentioned, Carlos, they've moved up just so much that that we have to, that it's not a surprise that they're going to be pulling back a little bit. So I'm not really worried about the red today. We traded MP, Carlos, and it was a tough trade. I was lucky to have got in when I did, and got that initial move that I could take advantage of. I'm not going to go back to it. I feel that for my sake, I've got my revenge, and it's not my favorite type of trader. Um, so which means I'd probably be looking at, if I was going to watch any of them, I'd probably have to look at USAR because we get a lot of these that are like the UAMY. I sort of like, but it trades on the American Stock Exchange. It again, my fees are a little higher, and it means that the trading can be less predictable. CRML is the other one that also trades on the Nasdaq, which I like. So it'd probably be one of those two if I was going to watch one. But I don't think I'll be like if they do something interesting, sort of early or mid morning, then I'll come back to it. But I won't be watching them right off the open.
Yeah. The American Stock Exchange tickers, they charge more. I never noticed. I mean, I don't trade them often, but
Well,
do we get charged more with Interactive Brokers for those or no?
my fees are generally higher, yeah.
I never noticed that.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not significant. It's like it's 30% higher or something, and it seems to vary, but I usually just try and
Mm.
avoid American Stock Exchange unless I'm trading like an index or ETF that I really want to get a piece of. If I've got an alternative, I'll often take it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you shouldn't make trading decisions based on the fees, unless they're exorbitant. And this is not, it's not huge, but I know, I just prefer to stick, Nasdaq's my favorite exchange to trade. So when I can, I'll stick to it. Second would be the New York Stock Exchange, and then I go to the American Stock Exchange.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes perfect sense. All right. Let's see here. Okay. What else? What else of MP? MP was great yesterday.
Wow.
Peter had a beautiful short on this.
What's going on? What's going on with this one? Yeah, MP. I mean, I did have a great short on it. The ad didn't do me any favors. It got me stopped out, but I did check it out at the end of the day. And Carlos, this thing just sort of slowly went up, so we wouldn't have got the trade that we were looking for at all over
No,
the
no.
day. So it
I
just
mean,
never planned out. So
everything went up, man. I came back and I was looking at like Nvidia and some other ones. Man, they shot up pretty nice yesterday. So a lot of things did go northeast
um,
yesterday.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Manfred's mentioning a stock that's just it's running and in play right now. Omer,
Mhm.
Omer, Omeros Corporation. Apparently, they've signed a $2.1 billion asset deal with Novo Nordisk to license their Zoltenibart. Boy, that doesn't roll off the tongue. Anyways,
Mm.
to license one of their products. So good deal for them. This thing is shooting up 191% right now, almost $12 when it closed the day yesterday at 4. So
Oof. That
this thing
is
is, yeah,
massively moving here. So
yeah,
we'll have it in play. Popcorn stock for sure, friends. I'm going to throw it on here. It's going
yeah.
to be OEMR.
Thank
So
you, Manfred,
OEMR.
for pointing that out.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. It's nice. We'll put it on here. Man, look at it go. $4, 190% up this morning. All right. So again, off our list,
Mm.
I did put MP on my secondary. We'll keep an eye on that. I mean, it did trade very well yesterday to the downside. Didn't give us a move to the after, but it did. It went up pretty good. It went up pretty good. So it would have been a good long if you're watching it for that opportunity. Then everything else on here, I don't really like any of these tickers. Peter, we'll go to you. Anything you like or any earnings that might be moving down this morning?
I said I don't have any. All the earnings I was watching, they are gapping up, and I already talked about them. So no, short answer.
Yep, yep, there it is. All right, friends, let's take a quick look at what you guys are watching this morning. We'll start here in our chat. Who do we have? POTR. Yes, POTR has been mentioned in both chats. And we'll dive in and see what we got going on there. So POTR at the moment up 1.4, 580. The volume keeps getting lower and lower pre-market for POTR. Like we're not seeing this increase in volume. Like when we were trading it here, or at least watching it quite often, even after that, like into September, the daily volume seems pretty much the same, but pre-market seemed a lot higher back over here, right? So I don't know what's going on with it, but pretty light volume this morning. It is PLTR. We do like the way they trade when they are in play. Today, I'm not sure. Could be a good possible just because it's one of our usual suspects, but I don't see anything blockbuster on it this morning, Peter.
No, no, PLTR doesn't look that good compared to other things. Um, in the chat, speaking of some of the stuff we typically watch in the chat, Thor and Megan were talking about AMD, and they were having this conversation just about AMD, and Thor's like, I'm looking at AMD at I might be able to get to 227, and it's just without thinking about it, I'm like, what are they talking about? AMD is not $227. It's not a $220 stock. And then I looked at him like, of course it is, and it has been for 2 weeks now. But in my head, it's still a sub $200. Anyways, apparently my brain is lagging the market. But AMD, $223.
Yeah, yeah. All right, there it is. I like AMD. I'm going to add them to my list as well. Maybe in the secondary today. But we'll see. We'll see. AMD can trade very well. AMD.
Yeah. It
All right.
didn't, I mean, the last 2 days, frankly, I wasn't really impressed with its movement. So,
And
uh,
Nvidia's been much
yeah,
better. Nvidia's been
yeah, it
much
has,
better. Yeah. Oh,
I think.
look at
Yeah.
that. All right, so I just ordered a replacement on my bank card. You're right, they didn't charge me this time. So something's changed. I didn't get charged. It went right through. All right, so replacement of the banking cards coming in now. All right, so Rita Pancho, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck. Good to have you. So awesome. Glad to see you there. Good morning, Andrew. Andrew's in chat as well. Right there. Good morning to Andrew as well. All right, friends. What else? What else you guys like this morning? I mean, my list: LAC, Nvidia, Tesla, and Oklo. I think I like that list so far, but we got space maybe for one more. POTR. We looked at what else? Omer is rocking. He has our popcorn ticker for the day. WBTS. WBTS. No, it's not a ticker. Oh, QBTS. Okay, here we go. QBTS. Yeah, Quantum. Yeah, Quantum is in play. I'm seeing all of them this morning in there. QBTS, QUBT, which QBT's been struggling. Like out of all of them, QBT seems to have the worst, not the worst, the least attractive daily. Right? Let's go with that. The least attractive daily compared to like if you look at QBTS, look how nice that looks. That looks nice. Look at Rigetti. We've seen that because a couple of you members and Andrew have been crushing this one last week, especially. Look how that looks. That looks great. So there's a few that look pretty nice this morning. QBTS is probably one that I will go with. Yeah, I will go with QBTS. You know what? I'm going to add that, and that's probably the last one on my list. So I got a little bit of everything. We got minerals with lithium batteries with LAC. We got NVIDIA. We got Tesla. We got Oklo. And we have Quantum. Everything that's
Yeah.
been hot the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Oh, Mateo's gonna say something.
No, I was thinking about something totally different because I
Mm,
uh, I was going to go on a rant, but we can save that for later. We'll do that
okay.
some other
All
time.
right. Uh, let's plan for today. We'll make time. We'll skip a whole bunch of stuff, Peter. I will move the schedule around. We'll make it work.
Rant,
uh,
do it.
yeah.
I was thinking of John because I think I left my glasses in my glasses are in the Porsche, which is in the shop, so I don't have my fortunately I've got two pairs, but um and I think it fell out of the because there's these cup holders in the front that are these slots you can like put things in. And if I accelerate too much, things fall out. They fly out because because of the acceleration. And I just it made me think, John has been bugging me for a while. You got to test drive a Tesla. You're gonna love it. You got to test drive a Tesla. And I haven't done that, but I do have this electric Porsche now. And I just was thinking about it, and like I'm like electric. Oh, I drive this electric car, and I realized, you know what? After if look, this is just one man's opinion, but once you've driven a supercar, like a real sports car, like I don't care. The electric cars, it's just
Nothing
not impressive.
feels the same. Nothing
I
feels the
I have
same. Yeah.
accelerated this thing as fast as it'll go, and it goes. It goes, but it goes, and it's like there's no sound. There's nothing. It's just like you're just going fast. There's something very different when you stomp on the accelerator and second gear and and you know that you're moving fast. It's just not the same. And even the level of acceleration, I gotta say, like it's funny because I was looking at a brand new one in the showroom and I'm like, my car's 23 years old. I got more horsepower than this thing. Anyways, it was just funny that I realize now, my level of expectation is at a level of it's pretty hard to impress me. Yeah, I need to get in like a hypercar. I like how the
Yeah.
supercars weren't good enough. Now they've gone to hypercars. I have never driven a hypercar, so that I'm sure would be something that would be fun. But
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
so,
All right.
so
Good.
if you want a car that's efficient. Now, the other thing, Carlos, they're saying like it's sort of
Hmm.
weird. Like I pushed the button and the car was on and it just started. Like it just drove, right?
Yeah.
And I have to admit, the efficiency, electric
The
cars make
convenience.
sense.
Yeah. The
They make
convenience is
sense.
amazing. Hmm.
They
Yep.
make sense. It's like it's simple, it's effective, it gets around, it's like I get that. But if you want an exciting experience, I'm not getting it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I could agree with that 100%. 100%. All right, friends.
All right.
We'll have a poll later, electric or gas, in chat and YouTube. We'll do that in a second. All right, but first, let's get to barebootraders.com, friends. Head on over there. You can see a bunch of stuff happening. You're going to click on webinars, and we'll show you what's taking place for the next 2 weeks. As we are in the middle of the week, hump day already. Wednesday. Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Wow, this is moving. Wednesday, so we get into our psychology, Peter. Let everyone know what's happening.
Yes, indeed. Psychology Wednesday, and we love Wednesdays because we bring the wisdom to you. And frankly, this trading game is mostly about how you're managing yourself, managing your own mind. Like so many endeavors, you need the basics, you need the tech, the underpinnings, but really those are table stakes. What differentiates a long-term successful trader from every other trader is how effectively they've managed their psychology. And we want to help you with that. Wednesdays are when we get to shine a light on it and focus. We've got a number of sessions today, starting with Dr. Vanessa Charlin. She is a regular guest, and we love having her here because her knowledge and her passion for trading shines every time you talk with her. So it's well worth listening to every word she has to say. She usually joins us on the YouTube channel and then in the chat room for all of our members. So again, pay attention when she speaks. It's well worth doing. She's in the room at noon today in the webinar room for our elite members. Tonight, we get like a triple dose as she's also taking over the airwaves to run our evening webinar. There, she's going to focus on some very specific topics and talk about the neuroplasticity of your brain and how you can sort of use habits to help rewire that. That is important because as one who's developed bad habits in trading and in other areas, I've learned how easy it is to create a habit when you don't want to, how tough it is to purposefully create habits, and how insanely difficult it is to eliminate a habit that you've already developed. So that focus tonight will help you with that. Once again, it's for our elite members only in the webinar room at 8 p.m. So hopefully you'll have the chance to attend. If you want to join us here and be part of that elite group, then you need to go to bearabletraders.com and sign up for one of our elite memberships. We still, I believe, it's always a surprise till Carlos scrolls the page as to whether we've got our fall sale. Fall sale still happening. There you go. Still there. So if you want to take advantage, become an elite member. That's your best opportunity. Use that elite annual deal, and you can join us and have access to everything the Bearable Traders community has to offer. So join us there. Carlos, why don't we set some levels? Let's. I see Andrew out there chomping at the bit to get trading with his massive trading list. Look at that. Remember when he used to have like one or two things? Now he's got like 800 tickers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we could combine some of those, right? I mean, if you think about it, Nvidia, yeah, we could consolidate. Nvidia and BDL the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Tesla and TSLL is the same, and then he
That's
has Rigetti. Yeah, not too bad.
true.
Not too bad. Um, all right, let's get some levels in. Yes, let's do that. So here we have my list. Where is it? My list. LAC. I do like LAC this morning. Very very active. I had a great day yesterday. We'll see how it trades. 6.1 million shares traded. So I like this ticker. As I mentioned earlier, we've been watching it ever since it gapped up here with the news of investment happening by the U.S. government. So we'll see what takes place here. As far as levels, high of the pre-market this morning, 1078. Towards the bottom, we do have the low of the pre-market. What is this? 972. So we'll put a level there, and then another one down here over at a 940. Once you do that, I think you're pretty set on this thing. I don't think we have oh yeah, we do actually. Going back to 2023, we do have some levels that are much higher. Right here off the weekly, 1838. When I go past a year or two, I just look at the weekly, right? You could look at the daily if you want, but you could look at the weekly and kind of pick off some areas where you had a lot of touches, right? I'm sure in the daily, you're going to have a couple of days slamming into those levels. And then 1234 is another one. This thing doesn't move that much. 1138, if we get going, is possible. 1234, we need to see something really big for that to take place today. So I don't think that's in the cards, but we are ready for it in case it's going to happen. So next on here is going to be our good buddy Nvidia, which again, it's been trading well. Good short yesterday for those early traders, scalpers, 1 minute ORB. You know, you had it here 5 minutes. You was too late to the party, and then it recovered really nice. So again, it did give you a beautiful drop and a nice slow recovery. It was not the fastest thing we've seen, that's for sure, but it's been trading very well, much better than AMD. I still have AMD on my secondary just in case, but Nvidia is definitely one to watch. High of the pre-market 185, 57. I think Citigroup, somebody gave this an upgrade, and the upgrade was like to 300 on Nvidia. So as they did another deal, I'm losing track of all the deals they're making. Another deal they created here as well. So it's just the darling of the market, my friends, Nvidia. But yeah, they got an upgrade to like a 3 something. Here it is, 188 is another level you want to mark down as well. It's between a couple of levels here from the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Again, this stock is just rocking. Let's look at Tesla this morning. And here we are. High of the pre-market is going to be 435.78. The low is 432.75. And then below that, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Previous day close, doing a pretty good job. We are missing this level of our automatic levels, 423.83, which you can see right on there. Is doing a pretty good job of capturing some of the support that you see on some of these dailies. Towards the top, big area of resistance. Like clearly, this, what is this? We'll call it a 4, if I can get out of the way. Yeah, 434. So right in this area, just a lot going on. If you look at the dailies, just a lot happening here. A lot of resistance. If we're able to break out of that, very clean level. Next is going to be 441, right? 441, a lot of touches as well. More areas of support and resistance right on that level. So 441.66 in case we do get rocking on Tesla today. And as you know, Tesla can move that much. Wow, my list is pretty long. I got still 2 more to go. Here's Oklo. Oklo is, this is more of a secondary list, but I wanna see what it does. 187.98 towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market 178.99, and then you do have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days towards the bottom here, and this is the highest we've been. Look at the month of October, my friends. We're not even halfway. Well, we're about to be halfway through it today. 109.87. We're at 184 for the month. If I'm reading that right, I am reading that right. Wow, just insane. So doing pretty well there. I do want to see what it does today, so it will be on the list. And then we do have Quantum, a lot of stuff in play. You got Rigetti and some other ones you can look at. The list brought to you by, again, tradingterminal.com. Friends, you can always head over there, get the gappers list, and see what else you like on here. There's tons of stuff. I'm sure you find something that you will like on this list. You can see what's gapping down, what's gapping up, and prepare for the market open again, plus a bunch of other tools that Andrew and the development team have put together there. QBTS, a high of the pre-market 46.63. The pre-market low, what I'm looking at here, 44 is down. I guess it's down here somewhere. 44.72. Here it is. All right, so there's the pre-market low, and then towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days on QBTS, and you got plenty of other ones like Rigetti that you can look at this morning. Peter, our team's got their list together this morning. A lot to watch.
They are, yes, indeed. They're publishing them. One thing I want to mention for everybody so that you're aware, by the way, tradingterminal.com, in the academy, we often have courses, and some of them are free. In fact, tomorrow, we've got a free course that I'm going to be delivering on the Fallen Angel strategy. For those of you that were on YouTube with us yesterday, you watched me trade MP, and it was a good example of the inverse of that. I was trading a Rising Devil on that. The Fallen Angel is just a long base strategy, but I'm going to take you through the details about how that works. We're going to go step by step how you could execute that trade strategy if that's something that you're interested in. That's at 7 o'clock in Trading Terminal. So you just go into Trading Terminal, go into the Academy, and you should see the countdown. There you go. Join that free webinar. You can see that coming up tomorrow evening. So hopefully you'll join me there for that and take advantage of that webinar. I'm looking forward to having that conversation with everybody and helping you understand what we do here every day and some of the trade strategies that we execute. That's a core one to me. So and I've taken it from others. So unabashedly, I copied it from Brian, who actually initiated the strategy, but I'll show you how I trade it. So yeah, join me on tradingterminal.com tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. So yeah, join me there. All right, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching for today in the chat room, because they're getting their lists in. Starting with Thor, who's going to be watching AMD and Amazon. He's also adding Apple to his list. Megan, as always, she likes to keep it really focused. She's just going to be watching AMD. And we talked earlier how she and Thor were having a conversation about AMD and where they think it might go. Nathan's also watching AMD and, of course, all the Magnificent Seven stocks. Jared watching some Quantum. He's watching some of the rare earth stocks. And he's watching this Omer, O-M-E-R, that popped up on our list. So thank you to our members for pointing that one out. Mike is going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, and the scanners, of course. Phil's going to be watching AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA, and Google. Andrew, like we mentioned, NVIDIA, Omer, Tesla, APLD, Rigetti, and QUBT are on his list. Eamon's going to be watching, looks like Micron, MU, and AG, one we didn't talk about. He's always got something different on his list because he's got a very unique strategy. I've got a couple of IPOs that might be happening that I'll let you know if and when they open. Brendan is going to be watching AMD, NVIDIA, RGTI, and Tesla. And Gary, keeping an eye on AMD and some of the rare earth stocks. So there you go. That's what our mods have on their list so far this morning. In the chat room, as always, Andrew will be here trading live with you. I think he's going to be joined by Brian. I don't see Brian online yet, but I'm sure he's out there. Get himself ready. Turning on that red light that he puts on behind him, putting some clothes on. It's always important.
I thought he was traveling today.
Maybe he is.
Yeah.
Maybe his.
All right, there
Someone
it
else
is.
joining Andrew? Well, Andrew, not that Andrew needs company. I mean, Andrew's a one-man show. He's a one-man band. He can do it all.
It's nice to have somebody to point the finger at. If something goes wrong, it's, like I do, I point the finger at you. If something goes wrong, it's Peter's fault. It's nice to have that. So somebody join Andrew. All right, guys, take care. There you go. All right. Okay, very good. Let's see here. Andrew having issues with the camera. Let's see. Okay, something's up there. Let me turn off my stream just in case that's causing any problems. And then YouTube, let's get ready to rock and roll this morning, friends. If you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It does help the channel out a bunch. You'd be surprised how much that little gesture on your part does for our channel. So really appreciate it. It is a big deal, that thumbs up there. So thank you so much. Plus Peter gets paid, I think, 25 cents per like. So I'm still I got an investigator trying to find out if there's something happening there and if I'm missing out. But the investigator hasn't not been able to find anything.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for these fabled commission checks I'm supposed to be getting here. So I don't know where they seem to be lost in the mail. There is a postal strike going on. Maybe that's why.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Which is right. They should have a postal strike. So then this way, people's bills can't get there, and the people that are not getting paid cannot pay them. It's just kind of help each other out, So.
Is that how it works? Well, I'm not sure that the Canadian Postal Service is having a big impact.
You guys are good. But yeah. All right. This funded
All right.
account thing, Peter, is really good. I was messing around with it yesterday. This funded account thing is really nice. I like all the changes they've done because I got to make a video on this thing and just
Mm.
the setup, how easy it is.
It,
You guys should be, everybody should be using a funded account. If you're not trading like real money yet, and you're not on the dash level pro yet, you have to be doing this. I don't. I wish when we were starting out, Peter, we had something like this. We
yeah.
went through the hard way. We went through really lack of technologies and tools when we got started. This is really awesome. It really is.
Yep.
So
Can you put Andrew's camera on the screen?
yeah, I got him
Is
here. I got him.
is
Hold
is
on.
is Andrew wearing is he wearing a cat suit? I don't know if he's listening to us, but he's wearing like some sort of like black cat suit or bodysuit. I want to see his reflection to see what's he maybe it's
No,
just a
just
tight
don't get
it's
me in
just a
trouble
tight black
now.
shirt.
It's just
Well,
yeah.
it's me saying I just, you know, feel like he just
Yeah,
came in from
good
his
stuff.
evening job prowling the streets of Vancouver.
Yeah, right. Batman
Yeah,
fighting crime out there.
he's out fighting crime. Yeah.
Fighting crime.
Yeah.
Fighting fees. Fighting broker fees. The trading
Anyways, all
hero.
right.
I
Let's get
love it.
back
I
to
love it.
trading. We
Yes, we are. We are. Um, yeah, and then here I'm gonna just open up my atlas and have it ready. Got a couple of minutes. Yes, we get ready to rock and roll here. Here's atlas, good to go. Yeah, it's maybe today we'll take a trade. Once things comes down, we'll take a trade here in our funded account. This actually is the actual funded account. Like I have a subscription, right? So um I wonder if I make money if I can get paid out. I should. The system's automatically just does after 90 days. So I'm gonna definitely try to get something here, guys. Let's do it. Let's do
see
it,
if
Peter.
you see if you get a payout.
My
I
name's
think
gonna come
Andrew
out.
will,
They're gonna be like, come on,
yeah,
delete
I
this
think Andrew
guy.
will catch that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll catch that quickly. But yeah, guys, I was playing with it yesterday. It's really really nice. I love what they did here. It's really really cool. Um, all right, friends. Let's see. What do we have, Peter? What's your main ticker front and center this morning?
It's a good question. I don't have any huge targets here. I mean, I'm going to be watching Bank of America just to see what it's doing.
Okay.
We had this Omer, which is just, it's more for fun than anything
Yeah,
else. It's
popcorn
because
ticker.
everybody was
Mm-hmm.
watching it. It seems to have halt or sort of stalled out here around $12. So I don't know. I mean, I frankly the thing that I'm most likely to trade is Nvidia. Either Nvidia or Tesla. My two main screens admittedly have Nvidia and Tesla on them because when I
Okay.
don't know what to trade, that's what I always go back to.
Yeah. Yep.
So 1 minute to the market open. I'll be watching those two. Nvidia's doing a nice pullback here to VWAP. We'll see if it can. I sort of like where Nvidia sits because on this day where everything's green, Nvidia's green, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just at the high end of what was a sort of a weird day yesterday, right? Because it had sold off all day yesterday. Now we just sort of popped up to just basically where we started the day yesterday again. So.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are we likely to sell off again, or are we likely to pop back up to sort of last week's, the Friday range? I'm thinking
Yeah.
the latter. So, yeah, I'm gonna wait and see. I'd love to get a nice little pullback, maybe around to 184.60, which is not far below the price right now. A little
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
hesitation, about 30 seconds to a minute into the open, and then we can take it for a long pop. But again, I don't know if Nvidia is going to cooperate. Here's the bell.
Yeah.
That's what I'm watching for. Whoa, see, that's a much deeper
Yeah.
pullback than I
Oh,
was
that's
expecting. So,
wow. It's
so that's why
wild.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to have sort of a premise, right? What you might be looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tesla, on the other hand, sort of did the move I was describing, but it did
Yeah.
it very quickly. It didn't take 30 seconds. It took 10 seconds to do it. So,
Wow. Nvidia really, really dropping pretty hard here. This could be a good
So
fallen angel. What do we? Let's see. Let's see this. I don't want to jump the gun, but this could be very, very nice. You
there
know
goes
what?
Tesla.
I'm gonna do it in my funded account. I'm gonna go long here. Did it buy in? Yep.
What's happening? What the
All right.
heck? What's going on?
There
They've
it
like
is.
changed. They've changed the controls here on YouTube. I'm very
They did.
confused.
What controls?
Yeah. Look at the volume controls and they're like gray and overlaid on top of the video, whereas before they used to have their own little bar at the bottom. That's weird.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I see that. Oh,
You,
that's new.
you, YouTube,
Yep.
yeah, YouTube had an update overnight.
Yep. Yep.
Anyways, all right. So PLTR also popped up here. Big move. Tesla, after the initial pop, it's settling down here. Nvidia continues
Hmm.
to continues
Yeah,
to
it continues
drop.
to drop here. Let's see. Oh, you see Nvidia, Tesla dropping lower, Oklo.
Oof, Tesla. Wow. Just engulfed on the 1 minute here completely.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too, man. I wonder if that's the strat I do like. This 1 minute golfing. Um, all right, let's see here. Nvidia's trying to come up, trying. Oklo took off. QBTS deciding what he wants to do. Yeah, AMD. I like AMD here. I like AMD setup. I love this buying pressure down here. This is nice. Um, it's really, really nice. Let's see. Struggling with the VWAP now. A lot of selling pressure here, but 1 minute ORB right here could be interesting, I think.
NVIDIA's got a very interesting sort of setup and confusion here on if I look at like the Atlas on NVIDIA,
Mm-hmm.
it's got orders both up and down. The biggest pool is sitting at 187 above the price, but there's a pretty big pool down at 180 as well. So it's like really uncertain as to where there seems to be conflicting opinions as to where people want to try and where they want
Yeah.
to push NVIDIA right now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I missed Nvidia. That 1 minute RB was good. I should have taken that thing. Ah, Tesla. All right, we're coming on minute number 4. Might as well wait for 5 minute RB now. Yeah, AMD was the one for sure. AMD, and I had a feeling like, man, this looks good. Just didn't pull the trigger. I'll tell you who did pull the trigger. Andrew. Andrew did pull the trigger on that Nvidia. He is in partial here at 225. I mean, awesome, awesome trade. Um, Careful chasing it, guys. We should be get a pullback somewhere here if you want to join that. So be careful on the
So
chase.
I'm I'm short Nvidia. I did go short Nvidia with a plan to
Oh,
add if it pulled back to VWAP, but it didn't. It
nice.
didn't. It just dropped right after I entered. So
Yeah,
I was seeing the weakness on it, Carlos. It's not a big trade, so I don't have a lot of
yeah,
shares
yeah.
here, but here we go. Here we go. See, I was seeing the weakness in it. It just couldn't. I'm trying to get better at trading these open things. Do I want to take more off? This thing could pop right back on me.
All right, 5 minute mark coming up, friends. Let's see here. We got no trades for me yet. Peter, you are short on Nvidia. Let's see what else we can
Yeah.
get here. Oh, Oklo is all over the place.
All right. Making two partials. I'm just gonna sit quiet in this now for a bit and we'll see what we do. Oh, yeah, sorry, you're showing my screen. Let me expand the NVIDIA chart so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Here's my trade. You can see 183.28 is my entry. And I said I added with I went in with a small size of the plan to add if it popped back up to VWAP, but it dropped right away.
Yeah, yeah.
So
All right, so here it is. AMD is pulling back to the VWAP. This could, if I see some strength, I'm gonna go long on AMD. This could be setting up for a nice 5 minute ORB. So here it is, the possible push. This candle, if this candle goes up, I will join for 5 minute ORB. But I need to see some strength. I don't want to jump the gun if we're gonna be having more downside still here. But I do like that setup, man. AMD looks good. Nice trade, Peter, man. Nice trade. It's a 5 minute breakdown, a 5 minute ORB, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I got in before the 5 minutes
Oh, you got in
finished.
before. Okay.
I was watching it more on the 1 minute chart. Uh,
Yeah.
so so we'll see. I said I'm just as usual. I'm gonna let myself get
Mm-hmm.
stopped out at break even. I'm not gonna hold into this for too long, but in fact, I moved my
Yeah.
stop just a penny below break even, just give
Yeah.
myself a little bit of room. But
AMD, OEC, NVIDIA, Tesla. Ooh, Tesla back above the VWAP. If we can hold that, that's another one that I would like to take long. 5 minute looks awesome
yeah,
too. Nice engulfing, but we gotta really regain the VWAP. Like we gotta get over that.
its volume has dropped right off in Nvidia, so it's
Oklo.
not.
Oh, QBTS. Oh, QBTS. This is wow. So many opportunities, friends. So much stuff that I'm just like loving here, but I just not 100% sure getting confirmation on it. So QBTS, same thing. Possible breakdown below the VWAP here. Also 5 minute ORB breakdown as well. So volume's a little bit sketchy on QBTS though. COOT. What we got here? COOT. You're long HM on this? This looks good. Looks like it wants to go, man. COOT. Hard to borrow. What's the float on this? Lower price stock, to be careful. But it does look like it wants to get a breakout here. Okay, I'm going short QBTS. So short QBTS. So I'm getting in here for the breakdown 5 minute. Here's what I like, the 5 minute ORB and plus the pressure here, the selling pressure we got. And that's a strong stock, so I'm not gonna overstay my welcome on this. Let's see, what's our targets on this one? 44.71 is what I have. That is the low of the pre-market. So let's see if we can get this. So 5 minute ORB breakdown on QBTS. And there's so many stuff that looks great today, guys. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get to our target. Will be awesome.
Come on, there we go. Oh, what the heck?
Yes, get it.
There we go.
441.
All right.
471.
Okay, so
come on.
I just got a partial. I wanted that partial below 182. We just got down below
Nice.
182 on NVIDIA, so another partial. A little bit
Very
of
good.
patience. I'm happy with that. Yeah, baby. All right.
Let's go. Let's get below. Struggling. Almost did it, but it's struggling to get that 44.71. Almost did it. I know, Chris MC. Look, we got Peter trading the open, scalping the open, taking half size, looking to add in pullbacks. We turned that man into an opening range trader, market open trader. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, QBTS, come on.
See if I can get Andrew to comment. I put a I just posted a picture of my trade in the chat room.
Oh, you did?
I said I am the new
I think you mute your mic when you said that, because I can't hear you no more.
That's funny.
Let's see, let's see.
I'm just trying to get him going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good day. Middle of the week's a good day to
Some-
get people
some-
going.
Sometimes it's fun to wind them up. All right.
Tesla
Uh,
too. Tesla looks good for sure. Brigetti at VWAP. I'll take a look at that in a second. Wow, Oklo. Yeah, I saw Oklo, and yeah, it's just such a tough stock to trade. It's such a to get in on, right? So I did see that. I didn't jump on it, but I did see the
Tesla.
breakout in Oklo.
Tesla. That would have been a good short.
This market is so fun. BTDR, right? We talked about that one. That one's gone up nicely today.
This is so weird.
AMD.
These new controls on on YouTube. We need to get used to something for so long. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not a huge change, and it's actually arguably better, but it's just it's unfamiliar.
yeah, yeah. AMD back above the VWAP. You went long AMD. Yeah, long AMD looks good long. It really does. Um, but again, I want to. I just don't want to get in. I want to get in on a setup, right? And I don't see one right now for that.
And
Don't see
what
one.
are you trading,
I'm in
Carlos?
QBTS right now. I'm in QBTS at the moment.
QBT.
Mm-hmm. So I'm
Okay.
short on this
I'll
thing.
put it I'll put it up here. QBTS. I see.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's a tough one.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's messing
Let's
around a
go.
little
Open.
bit, but let's see if we get
Yeah.
dropped. This 4471. I think it's the low of the pre-market, so I'm looking for a drop below that. We might get it now, actually. Let's see. It comes right to it. Like it knows that I'm waiting for that to break so I can take my partial. Like it's reading my mind. I can feel it. Here we go.
Okay.
Uh,
It's
uh, all
tempting to
right.
think that all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. We all know that's not the case. Um,
Come on, give it to Carlos. Give him
Look at that. It's
44.50.
and
44.50. Come
yeah,
on.
like I want the drop below that, and it look comes right to it, and it comes right back up. So
All
we're
right,
gonna
I'm
get it.
hoping for a move all the way to 180 on Nvidia. That's what I'm going to hold for now. I
Yeah.
said I didn't end up with a big size, and I haven't had a big pullback to be able to add.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sort of stuck where I've got relatively few shares, and I might as well wait for the bigger move. And if it stops me out, it stops me out. But looking at the Atlas on QBTS, Carlos, it's yeah, it's a little uncertain. You've got more orders it can go take on the downside, but
Yeah.
the biggest order is sitting up at 46.50.
Yeah. That's probably what's
So
causing the
I think
problem to drop here. You
yeah.
know, it's
I I think you should get that 44.50.
that's what
There's
I
no
want.
reason
Yeah.
for not
I
to.
wanted to break this 4471. We're right on it right now again. If we break, there it is. Come on.
Mm.
Let's see here. It's now or never. That's
Be
not
nice
true,
to my
but
buddy Carlos, man. Be
let's
nice.
go. Ah, look at that. It's just
Yeah. Yeah, there's some
4471. Just break it.
yeah, there's some support there. There's definitely some
Yeah,
support around 44.70. So if it
there
can
is.
break through that, then you've got a clear move right down to it'll drop to 44.50 immediately, but it's got to get through whoever
Yeah.
is supporting it there at 44.70.
such a big battle. So you see, every time it comes up there, it just kind of stops. There it is. You can't battle that now. Come on, breakthrough. Oh man, is Andrew buying? Is Andrew going long on this? What's the Andrew indicator? Let's make sure Andrew's not going long QBTS.
Yeah.
QBTS, yeah.
No, he's
No,
long
no, he's not.
AMD. He's watching.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
busy focused on AMD. So yeah,
Did
you're
AMD
good.
get back above the VWAP? Yes,
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm watching
It's
the
heading
wrong.
back
This is what I.
towards high of day.
I'm watching the wrong stocks. That
Here you
looks
go,
okay. Here we
Carlos.
go.
Oh,
There it
you just
is.
got through. Oh man, it didn't. Even that.
It,
I thought it would. I thought it would drop right to 44.50. It did not. So I was wrong
yeah,
on
the
that.
price action is so weird on this thing, man. You could tell it's.
44.60. Oof. Yeah, you might want to take a part. Well,
Yeah,
no. You do you. You do you.
you do you.
Don't let me.
No, I'm thinking the same thing, man. The price action is so bad on this thing. It's just not fluid. Like normally a stock like any other stock
Yeah.
would just um would just continue, but yeah, it's just giving us a hard time. Really hard time. So
Oof. Interesting.
AMD, man. It did our play, it did our move, it did the pullback. Andrew got in perfectly. I'm here messing around with this QBTS. That was a really good move. Back long there. Yeah, it's just struggling. And this is a strong stock, so I don't wanna wait too long because if what's gonna happen is gonna end up he's gonna end up pulling back and getting back to the
Yeah.
VWAP if it doesn't sell off quickly enough. It's taking way too long to do this. All right. What else? What else? Tesla also did. Tesla. Okay, that's good. I didn't get into that because I was thinking on
Very
Tesla.
choppy. Pretty choppy today. I mean, you just have to look at the market, the SPY or
Yeah.
the triple Qs, and you can see how choppy it is. A lot of stuff I'm seeing like that, like Apple and Microsoft and even PLTR. Now PLTR is dropping. Oh yeah, look here, my Nvidia's dropping. Okay,
Very
Carlos, you're
nice.
getting there for
Yeah.
your partial on QBTS.
There it
I,
is.
I'd really strongly consider what you're going to do here. Take
Yeah,
that
I'm taking
partial.
a partial, man. And oh, what a horrible feel. But I'm taking a partial because there's something here, man. 44.57. It just won't leave us alone. Like there's just literally it's a line right there. And I thought that line was at 44.71. We broke that. We barely flushed. Like usually when you break a level like that, you get this flush. You go down, pretty quickly, and we didn't get that. So partial there. We're still hoping that it can go lower. Um, but it's really struggling.
Yeah, I just took another partial on Nvidia. It got down to my $2 mark, $2 for my
Uh,
entry, so took a little more off.
wow, Peter,
I'm
very
hoping to
nice,
get all the
man.
way. I'm hoping to get all the way down to 180, but yeah, you notice that I've had to increase my patience, right? So a couple of quick partials.
Yeah,
Now my
yeah,
partials are getting farther apart because I don't have that many shares. So we'll
yeah.
we'll see. And my break even is now just above VWAP, which is a good position to be in because if Nvidia can keep, if it's going to have a downward trending day, I'm in a good position that maybe eventually I'll be able to add to this, and it'd be nice to have an all day trade on this. But we'll see. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, well, so be it.
Oh. So question is, I went long 223 on AMD, took a partial at 226.40, 20%, and then stopped out at break even. Should I be taking more out? That's a $3 move. Um, it's tough, right? It's tough because without looking at how you trade and everything else and how you're partialing your strategy. What's the strategy, by the way, you took long? Um, it depends, man. It's hard to answer that just with all that information on there. One would think, hey, it's a $3 move. You should be taking taking more partials, but it depends on so many things, right? So I personally will be taking more partials on a $3 move, right? So I personally would be, but we got to look at it a little more of how you're trading. So let me see, 226. Uh, yes, yeah, it's a big move, man. That's a big move. I again not telling you what to do, but I would take more partials. And this way 20% is a lot to take. That's why usually 10% is what I like to do at first, and take a couple of
Mhm.
10, 10, 10.
Yep.
But 20%, I always find 20% on one partial is a lot in certain
It
situations, right? So you got to be
yeah.
careful,
It
you know?
I think it all yeah, it depends on so many things, right? How big your size is and what you're trying to accomplish, where your targets are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's but yeah, I usually try and take very small partials at the beginning and then increase them as you go on. But
As you get the move, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But again, you took 20% at after $3, so that's good. But I would have been
Yeah.
taking maybe 10% on every dollar or something, right? I would take something off.
Yeah.
All right, QBTS is gonna stop me out here above the VWAP.
Ah,
Things
John's saying he's had a great break of high of day, which is interesting. I wonder
today.
what he was trading then, because I don't.
Yeah,
John, you know how John only trades his high of day breaks. He's saying he's had a great day on high of day breaks, but I don't see many things that are broke high of day nicely. So I wonder what he was trading.
yeah, yeah. Things are pushing higher. Oklo. I would love Oklo for a retest of the high of the day here. Right at the VWAP. Tesla's right at the VWAP as well. So that's another one that could be interesting. Nvidia still a little bit weak. LAC down. And AMD. I felt it too. I was like, AMD, and I didn't take it. Ah, what a great move. 228.
Oh,
Just
Carlos. Did
incredible.
you take the please? You didn't take the partial, did you?
I did. Oh, no, I did. Oh, I took the partial.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
441.
Oh,
Oh, no,
okay.
yeah. I took the partial. It was taking
Oh,
way too
okay.
long.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Took
Yeah,
the
yeah. Okay,
partial.
good.
Got stopped out now above the view up here, but I did take the partial. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was taking way too long.
Yeah,
Way too long.
AMD
It's
is
wild,
running
man.
and
Look at
gunning
this thing.
today.
And
Yeah,
Andrew's playing that thing like what like a fiddle, is what they say. That's saying playing it like a fiddle.
yeah, playing it like a fiddle. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Um,
I cannot picture Andrew playing a fiddle. That's a humorous
that is
mental image
actually we
for me.
need. Yeah, I had to create a
Oh,
picture of that so we could have. Oh
oh,
man,
Carlos. Oh,
I know.
Carlos.
I'm looking at
Don't.
QBTS. I got it in front of me. I can't miss it.
Yeah. What the hell? Oh,
Uh,
that's just mean.
you are just
Just
you're just bad.
show
You're a
everybody on the
meanie.
screen what we're looking at here.
Yeah, here I actually have it up here. It is a meanie. Look at this thing, and now it's probably
Yeah,
gonna
look at
break.
yeah. Look at that. That is awful. That's just like
That is brutal.
right all the way back down.
Yeah,
And
I'm curious
look
to
at
see
it.
if it's gonna break this
Yeah.
level after such big momentum, right?
It went right to that level, like almost pretty much to the penny to the low of day. So somebody is absolutely supporting it here.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
question. There and the thing is because like you said, the volume is relatively low. They don't have to do it with a lot of volume, right?
They don't
Like
have to do a lot to keep it up. Yep,
they don't have
yep.
to do a lot just to hold it there. So they might
Mm-hmm.
give it up. Like we don't know why they're holding it there or for how long, but for the moment, anyways, there's no question. The only way you
Yeah,
get a price that does that is somebody's
yeah.
just
I
holding
think
it
it'll be
there.
hard to do it now, though. I think this after such a drop. I mean, you start losing a lot of faith after such a drop like this. So I'll be
Yeah. Oh
surprised if they
man,
buy it
Andrew.
up from here, man. I'll be awesome. That'll be crazy.
Oof. And
Let's
Andrew's
see.
doing great on his AMD long.
Yeah, this is beautiful, man.
Oh,
Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful. This is AMD up $12.
Excuse me.
Wow. insane. Okay, here it is. Tesla. Uh,
Mm.
Tesla looks very, very long to me, but the breakout is not a VWAP breakout.
What are you looking at? Oh, Tesla?
Tesla, yeah,
Yeah, I've been
it's
watching
not.
Tesla. I think I missed a good short earlier on it, but right now, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it definitely looks more long than short. What does the Atlas tell us?
Let's take a look
Where are the orders
here.
sitting? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is topside order stacked. Look at that.
Yeah, I want to see if we get our play here. So here's the breakout. You could have played it here. I don't like to do it. I like to do it once it's above the VWAP, which this one clearly is. We got 30 seconds left to this candle. Please don't do anything stupid. Yeah. It's gonna go.
Man,
It
look at
is.
AMD 232. That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
wild, man. Wild. Okay. All right, there it is. Let's wait. Next candle. Give us what we're looking for, Tesla. All right, so here it is. New candle coming up. Are we gonna hold? Looks like we are. Okay, so I'm gonna go long here on Tesla. Long Tesla. Let's see if we can get stop loss, guys. 433. 433. And then we'll see. 433 ish. And then here we're aiming for the high of the day. I mean, that's a stretch. It's pretty far out. 438. 435 will be taking some partial,
Hey,
but high of the day. So
Tesla
we're
can go
looking
there
for.
fast.
Yeah, it can. It can. Let's see if we can get some continuation on here. All right. Wasting my time with QBTS, that garbage. I don't know why I traded this
It's too
garbage. It's like
it's too bad. Like it wasn't a bad setup. If I look at sort of what you were looking at.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
when did you get in again? I'm trying to
So right
remember
here,
what you're trading with.
45.25. So it wasn't bad, but it's like I know better with this stupid tickers, man. It's just they
No, see,
don't,
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't trade well. They don't move sometimes. More often than not, they're
mm,
just ah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Well,
just straight. I'm just trading Tesla and AMD and PLTR. I'm not doing anything else. That's it. My watch. So you come in tomorrow. My watch is just gonna be Tesla, Nvidia, and PLTR, and that's it. We're not gonna
that's
go
it,
no
eh?
gappers list. We're just gonna do this. You know, I'm not gonna try to make it exciting. Obviously, I'm kidding, kidding. But with that, we're gonna take a partial on
AMD.
a stock that does know how to trade and move. Tesla. We'll take a partial here for 35. And we're looking for the
Hmm.
high of the day.
I
Not too
should have,
much off.
I should have taken
Hmm.
that trade with you. It definitely looked long. The order book looked like it was also, supporting that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and you can still see it. Well, actually, no, I don't have it up. Let's see. What does Tesla look like? Oops, Tesla. Yeah, you can still see the rest of the topside orders. This is where the order book can be helpful, right? Because you can definitely see
Yeah,
where the orders
yeah.
sit. There's
Like
no guarantee that it's going to go get those orders, but
agreed.
here, I can show you guys. Here's the order. Here's the Tesla uh, order map.
Mm. Where I have mine up. Where is it? I got
And
so many
you can
windows
see
open.
yeah, just look at you can see the bars here where the bigger volume is, right? On the right
Bars.
hand side. So
Yeah.
you can tell that's often where, the volume sits that it often wants to go take. So see how it just jumped up to this next volume level at 236, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
436, and it just took out those orders. You can see how they left. They're off the chart. So now you would have an expectation that it might go up and take the 237 orders. Now, again, there's no guarantee it's going to go get them, but it just gives you, it's better to see that than a whole bunch of orders on the downside if you're in a long trade.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yes,
you
100%.
know. So as opposed to if I look at Nvidia, so let's flip over to Nvidia here. So Nvidia, see, I'm watching it and I'm saying, well, look at they've got a whole bunch of big orders sitting at 180. We got a whole bunch up at 185, but with the price sitting dead middle, like I don't know, it could go either way. There's some orders that have built up here at 181, so that's possible, but there's not a lot in between. So in this case, the order book is not giving me as much information, not as much of an indication as to where it might want to go in the short term, because we're sort of balanced to both sides, if that makes sense. So that's sort of how I use it, not to give me anything. It doesn't specifically tell me what I need to do at any moment, but it's just another tool to say, okay, there's a chance, right? Or better than a good likelihood, anyways, it might want to go do something. Again, NVIDIA is not very definitive. Tesla,
Tesla coming back here, but I'm also looking at Oklo, man. Oklo is such a tough stock. All right, so Tesla back
Andrew's
right above my break even.
Andrew's talking about me.
That's good. It's a good thing. If you're saying something good. All right, let's see if Tesla's gonna hold the VWAP. Uh, Oklo gives you no opportunities to get in. Like by the time you're thinking about getting in, it's just it explodes. Like it gives you no. Yeah, I'm serious. Like it's just okay. We got the VR breakout is happening. Then it does this weird thing, and then it's just boom, boom. It's like just no chance,
Yeah.
man. No chill on Oklo. So that is wow. And these are big moves,
That's
guys. I mean, this thing is moving $3, $4 at a time, so it's not small moves, that's for sure.
that's interesting.
So Richard, we're looking at Tesla right now. Tesla and Oklo. Those are the two things we're looking at. Peter, you're still short Nvidia?
For the
Right.
moment, yeah.
Yeah, you are, right? Okay, good.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's what we're looking at.
Hasn't stopped me out yet.
Um, so Tesla coming back to my break even. I am hoping that the VWAP and these moving averages act as support. That's what you want to see and push it back higher. If it doesn't, if they start breaking that, then I'll get out. Yeah, and this well, that's what cool, dude. That's what makes Oklo act so crazy. Is the spread, right? That doesn't help too. The spread is wild and it creates these really erratic price action. So the spread right now, 50 cents, 39. Well, that's not too bad right now. 48. We definitely seen much worse. 55, 30. But yeah, the jumping of the spread doesn't help on Oklo.
Listen to Andrew go.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What is he going on?
Uh he's now he's now talking about trade strategy, which is fine. But before he created some fascination in the chat room about the door behind me. I just I don't know why they're so worried about what's happening in my house.
Maybe Halloween. Halloween's coming. The first one is gonna
No,
come running out of
no,
there.
maybe. Anyways, when he comes on here, we'll explain the door since he needs to know.
Yeah, yeah. I
All
I
right,
want
so
to
yeah,
know.
I'm hanging
Like,
in here on Nvidia. I'm tempted to add here. I always add too early and it gets me stopped out. So I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see if I can make this an all day trade. And I'm gonna wait longer.
NVTS, nice. Did you trade this? NVTS, oh Sam, that looks beautiful. Beautiful opinion on Amazon. Let's see. Ooh, Amazon's doing this Amazon thing. It does this quite a bit. It can trade very well. Amazon can trade amazing, but it sometimes does this where you're not really getting anything. Here it can go either way. It can there's no up or down on this. So I have no clue what it can do here at this moment. It's just chop really on Amazon. Umberto. So you might get a break, but I just don't know which way. Uh, you're gonna get that. All right, Tesla's doing some stuff. I got a partial in. I'm looking for high of the day on Tesla. Um, let's see if we can get it. We're back up. I was thinking about adding it, but I'll be honest, I didn't have the guts. Didn't have the
Mm.
cojones to add. I'm like, nah, let's not do that. But I did. It did cross my mind. Yeah, it did cross my
Mm.
mind. So some people think the banks are downplaying their numbers. Some analysts are saying that the banks are probably doing better than what they're saying they are, and they're already doing very well. They're reporting they're doing very well, but there's analysts saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure these guys are downplaying. I'm sure they're doing much better as far as the outlook goes, right? Because you can't downplay what has happened, but as far as the outlook goes, right? People think that they're doing way
Mm.
better than what they're saying. They're gonna do way better than what they're saying. So leave it to the banks to not have a problem with money and earnings.
Uh, all right.
All right, here we go, my
Do I
friends.
know Umberto? Huh? Kiko Jones? Who the heck is
What's
Kiko
that?
Jones?
I don't know. I gotta look that up. I
I
gotta
have
Google
no
that.
idea.
Do I gotta
This is
Google
a
that
rapper?
under?
Yeah, I'm Googling it too. This
Do
is
I gotta
a
Google that in my incognito? Am I gonna get some just weirdness?
I
What's going on?
I don't there's a rapper named Kiko. I don't see a Kiko Jones though. I no, so I guess the short answer to
It's a
you,
movie.
Umberto, is I don't know who Kiko Jones is.
How was anybody seen the movie the Formula One movie with Brad Pitt? Anybody seen that? Is it good?
F1? I loved it.
It's good. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's a little formulaic, but it's still a good movie. The shots
Yeah.
from the car and the way the racing shots are actually really good.
Okay. Yeah. They look. The trailer looks amazing. I was watching the trailer last night. I'm like, man, I want to pay $20 to watch this.
Yeah,
Um,
I actually went to the theater twice and saw it just because I went with different people who wanted to see it.
nice.
It wasn't that great that it was worth going twice, but but it was good. I liked it. Like as someone said, it isn't realistic. Like if he pulled those shenanigans for real, like he would have been
Be dead.
banned. But
Be
it's a
dead.
movie, so don't worry about that too much.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
accept it for what it is. But it's worth the watch in my opinion. Especially if you just
Nice.
like if you like racing scenes, it had some good racing
Yeah.
scenes.
Okay. Nice.
If you want a good racing movie that's just as good that you can watch for free, there's the old uh the one where what's it called? GT, what the heck is it called? The one where they took video game players and put them in actual race cars, and it's all based on a real story. Death Race, not the one I was thinking of. Uh, it's got some good racing. Gran Turismo, thank you. Gran Turismo.
Oh yes, I
They
seen that
did
one. I saw that one. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
did a good job on that. There's
Yeah.
some elements of the F1 I thought plot wise that are very similar to Gran Turismo,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I won't say more than that, not to ruin it for you. But
I used to play Gran Turismo, the game, the actual game.
yeah, me
Oh,
too.
so when I
Long
saw that
time
movie came
ago,
out, I'm
I
like,
liked it.
oh, it took me back to that time with the steering wheel and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, it was just
Oh yeah.
incredible.
I
Yeah.
used to I have a steering wheel in the basement there. I mean, this is PS2 days when I used to play it. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it's evolved a lot since then.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all right, so
Yes.
AMD up
Yes.
back at the
Yes.
high of day. My Nvidia trade still in it. It's come right up to VWAP. So fortunately my entry is now above VWAP, so I can survive this pullback. Now
Nice.
this is the area where I should consider adding. I just
Yeah.
I really want this trade to be able to last, and I just don't know whether I should add here because it'll bring my stop. You know, if I need to double my shares, and it would bring my stop in very close to very very close to the price. Now I'm seeing a buildup of orders here at 183.
That's right. I forgot to watch Fight Club this weekend.
What?
I
I
know I
can't believe you
will.
still haven't seen that.
I will do that.
It's crazy, man.
I will. I will.
Fight Club's been out there for what, like 30 years now? How
Yeah,
old is
yeah.
Fight Club? It's got to be. It's been out for forever.
Ferrari versus Ford. Ford versus Ferrari. I
Do
did
you,
see that. I
oh
did see
yeah,
that.
20
Yeah. It was,
1999. It. Do you know anything about Fight Club, or you've just never sort
no,
of
I
know anything
never
about it?
seen it. No, no. It's like
Okay,
I guess
but
they're
you don't.
fighting like in a an illegal place or something, or that's what it seems like from the trailer. But I don't know
Yeah,
no
it's
quotes. I don't know anything about it at all. So
okay. All right.
yeah.
Then
Oh, you can't
then
talk
it's
about
it's
it. No.
probably
Yeah.
yeah, then don't talk about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not going to be what you expect. It's yeah, anyways,
Okay. It's
just
good.
watch it then. We'll try not to ruin it. We'll just let you watch it.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. I watch it pretty quickly because I'm sure people are gonna start wanting to tell me things, and I don't
Yeah.
wanna mess it up. So yeah. All right, 4:37. I'm here, long waiting for some kind of break, but I I
Like
think it'll happen.
yeah.
But I want to take a partial here. I think, man, just in case. Just in case.
It's
Let's
funny
see.
how like people are saying Fight Club, is like a rite of
Hmm.
passage. It's got so many cultural touch point references, right, in a North
Yeah.
American culture.
Hmm.
Like, all those wristbands, Carlos? You know those all came from Fight Club, right?
The
Like
club wristbands.
everybody just those little rubber wristbands that were huge that everybody was making for like for long
Yeah,
periods of
yeah,
time for like 10 years. Because it all
yeah.
started from the WWTDD, right? The What Would Tyler Durden Do?
Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was what would
And
Jesus
it,
do?
well, but
I seen
that's what it
those.
evolved to.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
think it
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
started. What would Tyler Durden do? But
Okay,
anyways,
okay.
and then everybody co-opted it for other things. So,
That's
anyways,
yeah.
and then of course what's the first rule of Fight Club? You don't talk about Fight Club.
All
So,
right. Good.
anyways, yeah, I just
Looking
it's
forward to it.
fascinating to me
I might have to watch
when
this tonight. What do I got going on tonight?
yeah.
I might have to watch this tonight for sure. All right, 4:37. Can we
Wow.
just break it? Tesla. I
Come
promise. I promise
on,
tomorrow I'm just gonna
give this
look
to
at
Carlos.
you, AMD, and I'm just gonna look at stocks that trade well. Uh,
Here you go. You're close, Carlos.
this
You're
is
very
close.
close.
It
Come
wants
on.
it.
There it is. There it
Here
is.
it is. Okay, we'll take it. Thank you, sir. And if we could go a
There you
little
go.
higher, would be great. I have the days where we're looking for. I have the days all the way up at 438, 80, but we'll take 437.96 for sure. For sure, for sure. So we'll take it there. Um, AMD to the moon. Did Andrew add in this nine? Is this a 9 to 20 trade? What's Andrew?
He did add. Yes, he did. And yes,
I
it did do a
swear I
920
did
type
not look.
pullback.
I swear I did not
Yeah.
look at his screen because I had Atlas up.
Yeah.
And when you trade
Yep.
with someone for so long, you see them trade for so long, you know exactly the way they would trade. And I'm asking, I'm like, did he add on this? And I look over, he added just where I would, if I had to bet money on it, yeah, I'm betting on that. That is just, look at that, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, add, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah.
he's trading well today. Much different than what he traded yesterday. He probably got more sleep today. He didn't get a lot of sleep yesterday, right? He was out for a while, I think. And whether you like it or not, it affects your trading, your decision
Yeah.
making at least.
Well,
At least.
he was out last night, right? Because he's got his vigilante crime fighting suit on.
Yeah, yeah, but he like got a little more sleep. But yesterday you could tell, like, yeah, you didn't sleep too much, did you? You could tell. But no, it's just lovely, man. Look at that. Another partial for Andrew above 423, 433. Excuse me, 233. Excuse me. I'm at 436 here. Um, awesome. Just amazing. How do we see him trade? Very easily, man. Head over to bearabletrades.com and you can join the chat room and then you can see
Mhm.
some real trading. You think me and Peter trade well? We gotta see what these guys are doing in the chat. So I get to see Andrew, get to see the other moderators, a bunch of educational courses. I mean, it's they roll out the red carpet for you over there, you know. So definitely go check it out. Here, we're just me and Peter are giving you flyers, right? We're outside the corner, Times Square, giving you flyers. Hey, go check this out. You know, it might say a couple of jokes to you, but over there they roll out the red carpet for you to let you in style. Over at the BBT Fight Club. BBT Fight Club. Love it, love it. All right, here it is. Oh man, there we go. 437. Can we get there? Now I want to be a little more patient with my partials because I don't want to be too aggressive if we are going to run here. So just want to be a little bit more patient. I only have 500 shares left on AMD though.
Oh.
That's still good enough. I mean, you should have had 1,500 by now, but that's okay. You know, if you partial too much, JC Trader, try to hold 1,000 shares. You know, 500 is too little. But you know better. You've been around with us for a long time, man. Come on.
Mighty Achilles just insulted us but complimented us at the same time. So I don't know what to make of that.
I'm hanging.
And
That you know what? That sounds like I'm hanging out with you losers. You're my kind. Ah, cool. See, it's like you got me ready to go, and like, okay.
yeah, thank you. I think. Have you gone
uh,
back to take a peek at QBTS?
I haven't, and I don't want to know.
Okay. All right.
But I can
Don't worry about it
see.
then.
Actually, I did switch to it now. Oh man, yeah, man. But look, you had to survive,
It would have
Peter.
been hard,
Another
right?
look, you had to
Yeah.
survive another
Yeah.
pullback. Yeah,
Exactly.
this is so
It would have been
garbage,
really,
man.
really hard.
Yeah, this is so
Yeah.
garbage. But finally did give in. Did give in to that 44.71, 44.50. With now it really wants to go. It was a really hard battle. Just will not give it up. So wow. All right, Tesla.
All
Sarah,
right.
Sarah screaming at me? I see
Carlos,
Sarah.
I added into my trade. I waited. I
Very
waited.
nice.
I didn't get a good entry on my ad, but I wanted to make sure that it was dropping. So we'll see if that turns out to be a good or bad thing. It's moved my stop now to the VWAP, which is not ideal. I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
stay above it, but if I can get a move to low of day, it will have been worth it. So
Nice, man. Oh yeah, even 8160, right? Because 8180, that's where you had a little bit of support. Hopefully, can drop that. That'd be nice. Yeah, Sarah, you do have a reason to scream at me. Google is amazing. There it is. That thing is just incredible today. Very AMD like vibes here on Google. So look at
what is
you,
AMD doing
piece of
here?
garbage,
AMD.
QBTS. Let's just look at it go, Peter. Couldn't do this earlier.
I know. I
Uh,
know.
uh, uh.
33.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It sure was. Let's see here. What do we have? All right. The fuel indicator was off today. Yeah, the fuel indicator. Actually, no, the fuel indicator was good because I felt it on AMD and but I didn't take it because I was messing around with QBTS already. All right, friends, 301 likes. That is awesome. We're just missing 100 more thumbs to get to our goal. And we really appreciate it. But again, 301. That's really good. That's awesome. So thank you guys for that support. Really appreciate it. It again, it helps us out a ton as and Tesla's trying to help make this day amazing as it continues here. Let's see if we can get 437. Trying one more time. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, you know what? The first thing I do when I connect is hit that like. Yes, I appreciate that. You know what? And I forget to do it too. Like I'll go back and say, "Oh, let me remind people to do it." And I see I don't even have to like hit. And I'm not a like type of guy. Like I don't go to videos and hit like often. And I should. I should hit like on stuff that I like. Why be greedy with the likes? They don't charge me for it. You know. Why be greedy? And I don't think I ever disliked the video. Has anybody disliked this video? I'm just curious. Don't do it, but I wonder if anybody disliked this video. I never disliked the video. Have you disliked the video before, Peter? Have you gone? Have you gone and done that?
I have,
Oh
but not
boy,
very often.
how
Not
bad
very
was it?
often. It's
Was it bad?
it
Bad?
was yeah, it was pretty bad.
Okay.
It was full of like false information, and that's where just
Oh,
unfactual. It was a science
okay.
video. It wasn't. It was well pseudoscience, but anyways, but other than that, I don't normally.
It's fake
If you
news.
don't like
Fake
something, I just
news.
say nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, because
it's only
like
if
if
it's
somebody's doing some
factually.
kind of joke or entertainment and I'm not enjoying it, okay, I just let you be, go about your business.
Yeah,
I won't
just move
subscribe to
on.
your channel. But again, if somebody's doing something that's not
Yeah,
factual, then yeah, definitely I can see the non
ancient
like button
aliens.
coming up. Yeah, almost
It's
there,
like the
30.
guy, the crazy hair guy. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
Oh man.
uh,
The dislike button works. Well, if you dislike it, hit it twice at least, right? Don't hit it once. Hit it twice so you can get back to. Yeah, YouTube did change something. It looks more bubbly now. You see that? Like even the icons look a little more bubbly. So they did do some kind
uh,
of update
yeah.
here. Uh, yeah, hitting on aliens.
I'm watching. I'm sorry. I'm reading
Okay,
this
that makes
great book
sense.
right now that I'm
That
really
makes sense.
enjoying.
Yeah,
If you guys like aliens, sci fiction. But
okay.
I online I got a recommendation to read Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm really enjoying this book, Dungeon Crawler Carl. Actually, I just finished the first one, started the
Yeah.
second one. But it's basically the Earth gets taken over by a intergalactic syndicate that turns it into a survival game show, basically Dungeons and Dragons style.
Mm.
So it's
This
quite a
reminds me of what was those
it's
books that we
entertaining.
read when we was little, and it was a whole series of them.
So
What
pick your own
was it?
adventure. What you're thinking of?
No, 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 no.
No.
It was scary stuff too here, like weird science fiction stuff. Oh man, I gotta find it.
Oh. You
I
mean
gotta
like
find it.
the Twilight type stuff? The
Yes, like Goosebumps. Yes, I remember
Goosebumps.
those when we were
Oh.
little, man.
Oh man,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I never read those. Those are the kid ones.
yeah. I'm talking way, way back, and those were fun. Those were fun.
Yeah.
This reminds me, look at this collection and the way they have their
AMD
series
pushing
already.
higher. I might get stopped out on Nvidia. If it goes above VWAP, I'll be done.
Stephen King at third grade. Yeah, my son is gonna be a great reader, man. Yeah, I can tell. My daughter's not so much.
That's good.
but my son could
That's
read
good.
his butt off, man. He's only 5, and he runs laps around these other kids, man. Again, not because he's my son, because I got 2 daughters, and they're not at his level at the age that he's at. That
Mm.
definitely not. So, oh, baby. Oh, come on, Tesla.
Oh,
I
there you
love you.
go. There,
Why do we
Carlos. There's a
love you?
pop.
Tesla's showing me, it's just telling me, why do you trade that QBTS garbage? I'm the one you need. You don't need nothing else. You come
Wow.
to me. The
Wow,
Max
look at
7s and
Tesla.
NVIDIA. Jesus, partial here. Uh. Sounds like Daddy has a favorite. No, I like them all the same, but differently, right? I mean, and it's just, it is what it is. Some of them are good at something, some of them are really bad at something. And in the murder household, there's not a medal for everybody for doing something bad. Like, hey, what are you doing, man? This we don't play that. But
Wow.
wow, 440.
I know.
Let's
Look at
go.
Tesla. I should have jumped in this with you. I saw it, and
Yeah.
he who hesitates.
Oh man, I gotta be
What is
only
happening here?
only 10% now, guys. Don't take too much off. This ride is gonna continue. Um, Less is a difference. So, but yeah. But daughters, man. If you're a dad, daughters are special. I love my son, and we bond on some son stuff. When we play basketball and football, and we tuss on the ground, which I do that with my daughters too. But daughters, man, you could tell there's just a special bond, man. It's nice. It's
Daddy's
nice.
girls.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Wayne S. Great comment. So brand new, one to learn but overwhelmed. Just keep coming back, man. Keep coming back. A lot of the stuff is gonna start making sense. It's just time and seat, right? We got a lot of great YouTube videos that you can start learning from too. A lot of the basics, but just keep coming back, man. To the channel, you're gonna learn a lot from us. Ask questions. Everybody in the chat here is very helpful. Everybody's here, looking to help. We got people that are very experienced, come to hang out. And we got people that are starting out just like you. So come on by. Check out the website, bearwithtraders.com. And you can see a lot of information there too. A lot of beginner videos. Trading Terminal has a lot of good stuff as well. Let me invite you to today's webinar for free. Let me invite you to this. And some of this stuff might not make sense at first, Wayne, but understand that you're starting out, just filling up your mind with the information, and then as you move forward, things are going to fall into place, right? Because it's a lot to take in at first. It really is. So I just sent you that link there. That's a webinar that Peter's doing later today, on a strategy.
Tomorrow.
So maybe that can. Oh, tomorrow. Excuse me, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a day and 8 hours. So tomorrow at 7. And just be around it, man. Just be around it. I remember when I was starting, I couldn't be on all the time here in the chat room, but I would just have the chat room in the back end, in the background. Just have the chat rooms in the background and just listen in, and at that point we were not even on that long. Now we're on all day, so in the chat room you could just have it on like a radio in the back, right? So it's nice. Yeah, it is. It's a lot, Wayne, but again, the person you are right now, as far as learning, a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, it's gonna be completely different. Just got to get through the little overwhelming part. That's a little bit tough. I always tell the story of my onboarding class. We have an onboarding class also on Monday. If you want to join that, we'll get you a link. I had this later. And I'm not sure if she's around and listening, but all positive. So she calls me up. She emails me. She's like, "Man, I don't understand what's going on. I don't get the terminology you guys are using in the chat room. You guys are going too fast. Everything's just too much. I'm gonna quit. Whatever. I'm gonna leave PBT." So I sent an email like, "Hey, let's get on a call. Let's have a conversation." And the conversation was not to try to convince her to stay. It was more to like, okay, how can we make this more easier for newer members like Wayne? How can we make it more clear? So we're talking, we introduce ourselves, and then when I ask her how long she's been with PBT, she's like 3 weeks. I'm like, okay, hold on. Hold on a second. It's going to take a lot more than that, right? It's going to take time. 3 weeks is nowhere near enough, right? You should not understand stuff at 3 weeks, right? 100%. You're not going to understand stuff at 3 weeks. You need time. You need time, time, time. So keep that in mind. It's a process. I always tell people it's not like the Matrix where you're going to just plug in one of the things in the back here and download karate and you're kicking everybody to the wall. Doesn't work that way, right? It's going to take time, especially something new that you're not familiar with. That puts a lot of our beliefs upside down, right? A lot of stuff that we're used to seeing that we're in normal life we're okay, in trading is not okay, you know. So it takes some training. Takes some training for sure. Yeah, well, to be profitable years, yes, to be profitable, yeah, but to, like, to understand things and understand strategies, that's a little bit quicker. But yes, to be profitable, consistently profitable, not even talking about that, that takes even more time, right? So
Yeah.
absolutely, I agree with you guys. I agree. But within 3 months, you start realizing, okay, do I like this? Do I don't like this? I want to stick around. Do I want to keep going? Is this interesting enough for me that I can see myself, giving it the time and dedication that it needs? And if the answer is yes, 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 then strap on your boots and go at it, you know? All right, let's see, friends. All right, Tesla saved the day here for us today, which is nice because, man, what we've been having red Monday, red yesterday, green today finally. So we kind of broke the streak. We had 2 days back to back. Not to keep track of the streaks, it's not important, right? You look at the month, you look at the quarter, look at the year. You don't care about a couple of days. But it's nice to not keep a streak, to break the streak as quick as possible if you can, if the opportunity provides it. So today was that day, and Tesla's doing it in style. And AMD, this just continues to make money for you guys. Whoever took AMD, who's long AMD still, guys? Who's in here long?
AMD was a great move this morning.
Yeah,
And Tesla hit that high at 440, pulling back now.
nice. A lot of people on the AMD train here. Excellent. 50 shares. Yeah, 50 shares is great though. Um, 50 shares now. I mean, if you still have 50 shares after almost a $10 move, you're in good shape, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
absolutely. Um,
Yeah, don't worry about size. That's
that's true too. Yeah. Yeah.
you can adjust that over time. You need to
Mm-hmm.
first prove you can be consistent in your application of your strategy. Then
Yeah.
then you worry about sizing it up.
And that's probably one of my biggest issues. What is Andrew doing? I see he's promoting his book. Ah, I like that. Yeah, Andrew's feeling good. He's back to the basics. He's trading well today. I love it. I love it. Um, I think that was my biggest issues, Peter, when I first went live, is thinking too much about the money. And I think a lot of us do the same thing. Let's just focus on making money, making this a full time thing, you know, providing this and that for the family. The pressure was a lot, right? And I mean, I remember
Yeah.
like yesterday, like work finished December 2017 and started trading 2018 after a lot of simulation. And the pressure of being home and people, hey, so how's it going? Because they knew I was not going to just start looking for work. They knew I was going to try this. Because the first question, oh, what are you going to do after you get laid off? I'm like, oh, I'll do this. It was real. The pressure was real. Like, so how you doing? Is it making money? Like, it was a lot of pressure, man. So don't miss those days. Really do not.
Yeah.
Except for my wife. My wife was awesome. She really was very supportive. AMD. It's gonna fill Andrew. Where's that? Oh yeah, we got him up. We got him up on the thing here. Andrew, right here. It's gonna get filled at 425, 435. Excuse me. This is order right there. Yeah, if I pig rest, there's a lot of pressure. So if I had to do it again, I will only tell my wife that I was doing this. I wouldn't tell other people because you're gonna go through a period where you're gonna struggle and you're not going to make money, and people that are not close to you as supportive are going to do two things. They're going to most likely tell you, hey, why don't you just leave that and get a real job, right? Or they're just going to keep constantly asking you, are you making money? Are you making money? And that just adds too much pressure. So if I was to do it again, how much you made
Yeah.
today? Hey, did you see this? Like, I would just, I would not tell people I'm trading. I would just say, you know what? And I did that for a while. After I had my big loss, I would like, I just tell people I work for a trading company that's up in Canada. That's it. That's it. I work for a trading company that's up in Canada. That was Vancouver Traders at that time, then BBT. That's what I told them. So I recommend to you, if you're brand new, going to get into this, just tell your significant other, because you know you want to keep them in the loop. You should never do that, and make sure they're supportive. That's important. And then nobody else needs to know what you're doing. You know, have them mind their business and just focus on the process. And and there'll be signs when they see, "Wait, this guy's always home. This guy never does this. You know, he's attending every kid's thing that's happening at school. He's part of the PTA." There'll be signs of how well you're doing down the line, right? There'll be signs. There's a lot of benefits to this thing. So, all right, let's go here.
Wow, AMD, it hit
Yeah,
235.
yeah, he got filled.
It's
He got
wow,
filled.
and look at Tesla popping back up. Wow. It's working out for
Let's
everybody, it looks like
see.
today.
Andrew
Wow.
just one trade today. That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful P&L. This is a beautiful box here, guys. Look how beautiful this is. Clean, clean, clean. Still got 238 shares left. 32K realized, and 2,000 left on unrealized. So that is awesome. Average of 226. That's a great average still.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Beautiful stuff. Guys, you can see Andrew trade live every
Oof.
day in chat.
The
So
volume spike.
take advantage
Volume
of
spike
that.
on AMD. There's still topside orders in AMD up to wow, 238. I
James,
don't
Lambo in the driveway? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you don't have kids,
uh,
maybe. If you have kids, man, the
yeah.
expenses, my goodness, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know,
Ask Andrew, he can tell you. He's just got an SUV and
they're
that's expensive
expensive.
enough.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I didn't have kids, I didn't have all the other bills, I would get a Lambo too. But no, they're expensive. They're very expensive. All
Yeah.
right, here it
I've been
is.
driving around these luxury SUVs, and I have to admit, I'm leaning more towards a functional SUV if I was going to get one. But
I'm not a big fan of the SUVs, the crossover SUV types. I'm really
uh,
not. But the other day, and Uber picked me up on the Mercedes SUVs. And I'm
mm,
like, oh, this is, it looks smaller from the outside. It's actually pretty nice. I'm like, okay, this is good.
Hey,
I
everybody.
could I could dig this. Good morning, Andrew. How are you?
I am doing really good. I'm in a very good mood. Not even Peter can ruin it.
Are you
oh well,
sure?
I'll try. I'll do
He's
my
about to
best.
say
Yeah.
some political stuff, so he might.
I
What's with
know.
the outfit, Andrew? Were you out all night? Were you like fighting crime? You're
No,
wearing
this
this
is
little
this
jacket
is a
and
this is a Lululemon. This is a Lululemon. It's long pants. So Lululemon is
okay.
pretty nice. Like it's really Vancouver gets a little bit cold slowly in October, November. I run and I usually have a t-shirt, but it's a little bit chilly out there. So these long sleeves are pretty good. And if you really want to become like a crime thing, you can have the hoodie on as well. Like you just run. Uh,
Now you definitely look like you're fighting crime. You're at least trying to
I am the
evade the
crime
cameras.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I am the crime. I am the crime. All right, I
Good.
love it.
All right. So
Yeah.
let me share the screen. I had a pretty good day.
Yeah, I
Very
just have one
serious.
trade too, and I'm still in it, so it's great. It's going
Yeah, very
great.
serious profit taking today was amazing. Our bank account is doing really well. Sends his regards. Um, So yeah, AMD was pretty awesome. Like at the open, so we did a very nice, 1 minute mid-range breakout. Obviously, with the help of Market Atlas, which is an amazing tool that we built it together. And it sounds really like a cheating, but it really does. Really, it's very helpful. And then we actually re-entered again, and then boom, serious profit. And then we added again, and then boom, 236. So Market Access is helping us to take some serious profit in this situation. And people ask, okay, people ask us what's the strategy. So it was 1 minute mid-range breakout, and then the second trade was 5 minute mid-range breakout with a kind of a bullish engulfing pattern that we had, and obviously adding on that.
Nice.
So Jesse's asking, how much do you take off each sell? 10% of the remaining position. So let me show it to you here. So the remaining position, right now I have 200 shares of AMD left. If I take a profit, that would be 10% of this. So that would be like 24 shares. And your trading platform automatically calculates it, round it up for you, and then you can do that. That's why you can see blah, 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 so many. And yeah, the profit was pretty nice. I did take a trade on OKLO as well, but OKLO was a little bit tricky. It's not. I'm not super comfortable with trading OKLO. I need more liquidity and more order flow going through the time and sells. So I'll show you what was the trade. Somebody mentioned that in the chat, and let's see here. Yeah, somebody mentioned that in the chat that I saw that it's popping up. This was a identification candle. We were talking about the trade books. One of the things that I've talked about in my new book is, your trade book has an identification, indicator. So what's the indication of getting into a trade? This is the one. This candlestick was very important. Obviously, I went long here, and I just didn't feel comfortable getting it. Plus, the market access was very thin on that. There's not a lot of liquidity, so it did really pop up very nicely. But I just get out of it. I took only 1,000 share on this, and still, like from 1,000 share would have been like $4,000 profit on. It's pretty really nice profit on that. But the AMD is, it's bread and butter trading that we do. I saw in X yesterday that somebody mentioned that a new firm, I think maybe it's maybe ProShare. They're actually filing for a bunch of new leverage ETFs, like 5 times AMD and 5 times Tesla, and 5 times AMD. So really, really good. Those are really becomes like nuclear, things. Which you can actually trade it with options. It's not unusual to have excessive leverage on that. Somebody posted today in AMD that they did AMD calls $4 to $10. So that's a crazy move. So, but you have to go through option chain. Yeah, so BBT owns Atlas. Yeah, we build it together. Trading terminal is owned by BBT. Yeah. Let me see another question, guys. Carlos, you can do today's Wednesday, huh? We can do 1 year
Yeah.
elite annual membership. And if you
Yes.
already won 1 year elite membership, then we'll give you 1 month. Like there was one guy this morning, like he won 4 times. Like what the hell? Like, like how does that? Carlos, are you doing something on the back end? Is your
No,
software
no.
getting paid?
It's
Is this bribery
people
going on?
forget people forget to hit the like, they forget to do this, they forget to that. So the group that's involved is small, so the chances of winning are
That's true.
high. And the Lambos
That's
and garbage truck, you have a very good chance of winning. Very good chance. Not
yeah,
yet, guys. Not
that's
yet.
yeah, that's a good point actually. People don't like because you have to like the video, uh, and if you don't, then you're not in that. So I don't know. It doesn't cost you anything, guys. Just like the video. All right. So question. Any question? No, don't hashtag, guys. Just for now. We'll do it later in 20 minutes. So there's a question actually that's asking that Atlas and Bootmap show different share amounts. So I think they're subscribed to different exchanges. I think Bootmap has a little bit more exchanges, and it's not necessary. We do the Nasdaq total view. That's why the numbers are a little bit different. But for what you need and what it works is enough. Total view. It represents a really well market behavior. Maybe if you get subscribed to a little bit more data, which is super expensive as well, maybe you get a little bit of better liquidity for penny stocks. But for the blue chips, for the 500 S&P 500 companies, I think it's what more is enough. You know, sometimes less is more. Like sometimes you keep it simple. Like I don't want to have a lot of indicators. I don't want to have a lot of data. Like I don't just keep it simple. Like less is way better.
Oh, NVIDIA just bounced back on me. Oh, yes. So it's very important, Andrew. Since you're fascinated with the door of my room, we'll you know, need to make sure you understand. So Mondays and Tuesdays, my wife works from home. The door will be closed. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, she works from the office. They force her to go into the office. So I'm the only one in the house. So there's no point closing the door. So now you guys know all about what's going on here. So
All
don't
right,
worry
so we'll
about it.
check. What did you say? You said Monday and Tuesdays? We'll check.
Monday,
Uh,
Tuesday, she works from home. Yeah. So the door is usually closed.
good.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it stays
Nice.
open. So there
Perfect.
you
I love that. Yeah.
go.
And I like the fact that you said they force her to go to the office. Like it's like
She
reason.
does
Come
not.
on. People go to work, has gone to work like for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years. This working from home is a new thing. And they force me to go.
Yeah, but she got hired during COVID, so the first 2 years of her employment, she never even went into an office. So the job was absolutely doable without having to, go to an office. So
But their productivity, honestly, I love having an office. I love to drag people here. They hate it, the developers, and they hate coming to the office. But I said, no, if you don't want to come to the office, don't, you leave. Productivity is so much higher in the office. All the big techs, they said you have to
wow.
come there. Like Elon Musk, it was the first one that they said, this is BS. Come back to the office. You have to come back, even during the pandemic. And then now all the big tech, they said you must come to the office.
Yep.
What does she do? What does your wife do? If I
She
may
works
ask.
she works for the government. Border
Federal.
Services.
Federal. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So there's no really trading opportunity for me, at least for this style of trading. AMD was amazing, so highly profitable, pretty good.
Oof. Yeah. Nvidia was looking really good for me on my short, and then it popped all the way back up to VWAP. So I'm still in it, still in this trade from the open. Hoping to get
Short
to a new
Nvidia.
low
That
of
was a
day.
great short. That's a little bit you needed some sort of a courage to short Nvidia because it was really gapping up at the open. I saw that,
Hmm.
but I said, "Oh no, not for me." Like it going rip back up. Um, so yeah, Gary. So to 235 Atlas is there. So that let me bring the Atlas and show it to you, so you can kind of see that. So the 235, oh yeah, Carlos went full screen. So let me show you that to you. So the Atlas of 235, this is obviously very bullish, which also the chart pattern shows that ABCD pattern movement. There's a little bit of orders that are showing up slowly down here that maybe represents some sort of a pullback toward them, but still this is very strong toward the high of the day. And we might take this one out. And then the question is, are we going to continue or are we going to, pull back? You zoom out a little bit. Looks like it's still there's some strength up there. So But again, you have to put this one in perspective with the price action, with the chart. So when I say price action, it means candlesticks. So what is happening in the chart? So it's two same. But you have to look at if the price action is extremely bullish, but your Atlas doesn't show bullishness, maybe it's a sign of a consolidation or choppiness, or maybe a reversal. You have to put all of this probability in your mind. All right. So, any question, guys? So, Gopal is asking the training video for Atlas. Yes, there's lots of training videos in Atlas. If you join Trading Terminal and the Academy, we have material on it. In my YouTube channel, there are some recaps, live trading as well. Today, also recorded AMD live. So I'm going to send it to my team to edit it and be posted in there. And yeah, bootcamp, I think is very important gun, if you know some, so for trading, if you have been some trading for some time, but you can't find the consistency and you want to work with some more experienced traders to see how they're doing, what they're doing, and go through their, companionship, bootcamp is really good. And remember, the bootcamp doesn't give you a secret sauce. Bootcamp is like signing up to a gym membership, and you pay to be held accountable, but they can't force you. Like twice a week I go to the gym. It's a private gym, and there's some trainer that I've been working for almost 10 years, and it's always the same set. So one day we do the chest and back, one day arm and shoulder. It's always the same set. And I'm always making joke with him that, dude, I can do this anywhere by myself. But what I'm paying at $80 an hour is the accountability, that he's staying next to me. If I don't show up, he still charges me. And I'll just go there because I have committed to be present to someone else. And it's very similar to boot camp. Like we're there to be next to you, hold your hand if it needed, but you got to do the job. If you don't show up to the gym, what's the point of having the best gym membership package?
Very true. Very true. What's different between us and the gym is the gym's business model counts on people not showing up. We want everybody to show up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, the gym memberships are a little bit different because this one is a private one, so I'm paying him per session. I can cancel with 24 hours notice, but I usually
Sure.
don't, uh, because again, I want someone waiting for me. In a gym membership, unlimited access, nobody's waiting for you. So then you have to work on yourself. Nobody's texting you, "Hey, are you showing up or not? I'm going to charge you." That fact that somebody is looking at your presence, it makes a huge difference. All right, so that was a great trade that we did on AMD. It's absolutely beautiful. And NVIDIA obviously, bounced back. What I was looking at the open, I did mention that in the chat, that if Tesla hits the previous day close, I'm going to take a long on it. And apparently the market heard me, and then it never really hit the previous day close. Because Tesla has a really good tendency of bounce back from the previous day close. And it was a strong at the open. Market was a strong. So I thought that if it's going to go up, maybe bounces back, but it never really get the chance. And that's another thing, is that you have to work on yourself, that a lot of time you feel, there's a trade, there's a good opportunity, and then you just don't get the entry that you were expecting. And that's okay. That's the next round. You can can find another thing. Tomorrow is another day. The market is volatile every single day.
Yes, it is. All right, guys. Well, I got stopped out of NVIDIA, went above VWAP. It's looking a little stronger now, so that's okay. Good trade. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, so now AMD is going to go through 236. It's absolutely lovely. The Atlas, Carlos, go full screen. You can see it here. The Atlas is showing really beautiful, levels up here. So we're going to punch through to 236 and then pop up maybe about 10, 20 cents higher. You're going to see that. Here we go. So that's a good. Oh, come on. Come on, don't. Samantha, whenever you go short, the stocks go up. Whenever you reverse my position, it goes against you. Just flip whatever you're doing. Maybe your charts are upside down, Samantha. No, I mean, it means that you have to work it out. Jokes aside, you need to work on the trade book then. Maybe your trade books are requires a better entry criteria. The boot camp helps you on that. So if you can go through the boot camp, it's a very general question. I can't really answer that, but maybe boot camp helps you to see exactly um, what's the issue. Or maybe another thing is that another possibility is that your time frame is too zoomed in. You have to also give some room to the market. Oh, there you go. So 236. Oh, we're touching it. There's huge, orders are sitting there. I can see it also in the level 2 as well. So it's definitely, do you see that 2100 lot? There you go. Boom. That's the beauty. So yeah, this is what I was going to say. I was going to say that you have to also zoom out. So when you zoom in too much in the time frame as well, like for example, if your entry is like it's way too much, like I don't have the 30 seconds, but some charting platforms they have also even that. So you have to really give some room to the flexibility of the markets. Maybe you think it's coming down, but it's actually a normal pullback, so it's going to go back up. So Greg is asking question, the individual things. I think it's the number of the contract. I think it's the contract. Sorry, lot. It's the lot. So these numbers you have to times it by 100. These are lots. So Jack was asking, is bootcamp is for all level of traders? A little bit, you got to be a little bit experienced. Like if you really don't know what the moving averages are or really have no idea, maybe wait for 3 months and then get your hand dirty, see the failure, see the confusion, see the inconsistency, and then join the bootcamp. But if you join the bootcamp now, we have our pre-essential material and you can get through some of the program that we have, watch those videos and get yourself hand dirty until we start on January. So it's good time now. If you sign up now, go through the pre-essential videos that we have in P Capital, start getting into character, and then in January we start officially.
Best time is always now to get started.
Exactly. And remember, guys, there is no shame in failure. Like real shame is for people who never try. Like I have so many of these people around me that they, I go, okay, well, what have you done? What have you achieved? Like, it's okay to come and fail. Like it's, it fix this mind in your things. Like when I wanted to start like writing a book and starting a YouTube, I always had this insecurity about my look and my accents and my English and everything. I still do to this day. And then there was one guy influencer I was following, and then he was pretty good looking, Canadian guy and stuff. And they said, you know what? People are just always asking, they're like, I don't have my English is good, my accents, just do it. So like, and that resonates with me because it was really hit right on my insecurity. And so, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it. Like, yeah, okay, so I have an accent, so what? Okay, I'm not the most beautiful guy. Okay, so what? And like, just do it.
Oh, my wife thinks you're a pretty man.
What about your daughter? That's the most important question.
I've not asked. I refuse to ask.
We're just gonna go wow on that
and with
one.
that,
That's all we're ending.
We're ending the show now, guys. Have a great
Imagine.
day.
Oh my God! Roll it.
I was proposing to Peter that maybe
just
I can
proposing to Peter's daughter without talking to her.
Yeah,
Basically, is what we just had happen.
He's been hitting on my daughters for years now, and I said it's up to them, man. You know, he hasn't made the effort to come and actually meet them. I've noticed, so you know,
Yeah.
not
So far
impressed
so
far.
good, you know. But
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So far so good.
Well, here's a question. I say one thing and I leave. One dilemma that I have is Peter is probably, if I have a wedding, is going to be my best man. So how does he work? He walks his daughter to the altar and then he comes to stand. Like, that would be cool.
He hands her off and then just steps to the side right next to you. There's a
That's
whole process
amazing.
for that. So if
Yeah.
you take it from a guy that went to Southern Charm School, there's a whole process for that, right?
All right.
Perfect.
No,
All right.
I agree, Andrew. It's just too complicated. Can't be done.
No, it can be done. There's always a
So
solution.
unfortunately, in order to do it, you have to hand deliver a letter to Peter in person, only during the winter. And yeah.
All right, guys,
So.
before I get into trouble, I'm going to hand it over to Thor and Vanessa. Vanessa, thank you so much for coming. You know, you're in a very good hands with these two really amazing
What did
traders.
we walk into? This is the best day ever. It's like, what's happening, Peter? Like what just happened today?
Well, the mistake was years ago that we're off. I showed him a picture of my daughter, and that was the mistake. So. I think it was probably this one. This was one when she was when she was younger. She thought she wanted to be a model, so it was this picture here that I think I showed him, and that was that was a mistake. So yeah, so there you go. Anyways,
no screenshots, no screenshots.
What I should have showed him is like the other photos that you have of, you know, your kids where they're not quite, you know, when they're in their natural state. So in any event, all right, guys, happy trading. Vanessa, welcome. Thor, you guys have a lot of fun. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Andrew.
Oh, thank you so much. So first off, we have to stop off by saying hello, everybody out there on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I mean, where else do you get this kind of entertainment and stock trading? I mean, not only do you get to look at, you know, incredibly good-looking hosts like Andrew all morning, even though he doesn't believe
I thought
it.
you were talking about me.
Well, you know, of course. Well, it's co-host would be for you, an incredibly good-looking co-host. So Miss Metallica in the house, by the way, supporting her lovely Rockware as always.
Of course. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. So good to say we're also sporting the coffee cup of the day. Dr. V has her Brains Day cup, I believe, or all the organs of the body, I think.
Oh, it's a new one.
It's a new one.
Cup.
It's a yoga cup.
It's all the chakras and the yoga positions, you know?
Oh, that's amazing.
Cool.
I want a yoga cup. That one's amazing.
I know. So maybe I'll do yoga if I drink yoga. I don't know.
Yoga. I'm supporting Canada as we speak. So I've got my Canada, my favorite Canada cup. So you gotta love that. So for everybody, bonjour. So
bonjour. All right.
All right.
I'm long NQ since 10:01. And it seems like it wants to stop at ATR high at the moment. But
very nice though. Good move.
I'm holding.
I like it. I'm practicing a little bit of what I think we're going to talk about today, which is I have like no alerts basically all morning. So I have one trade that I took on Microsoft that actually ended up being a stop, but it was a good alert, good entry, you know, very nice stop. So, but other than that, I'm just not really seeing anything that's coming to me. So I'm really kind of trying to practice what I think we're going to talk about. So, and Dr. V was telling me earlier today, she wanted to talk about what research has to say about gambling in the brain, right? So our gambler's mindset that we have coming in here. And I thought this would be an amazing subject to talk about, you know, as we kind of see what happens within Q and these other things. Because I think for a lot of us, I really, you know, I actually posted on my Instagram the other day or yesterday about the hardest thing to do is nothing. And I really think the gambler's mindset, Dr. V, really flies into that whole idea. You know, can you really just sit there and not play.
Yeah.
Not play.
Yeah. And also it's because not only the gambler's mentality, but I think the doing nothing part is also difficult because we associate work with doing, like normal jobs, right? So even if you treat trading as a job, you might still feel the urge of doing more because you feel like, how is that possible that I can make so much money and I just pressed a button once today, right? Like I feel like I'm not working for this money. Like it's a paradox for our brains, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I had a training last week with an amazing psychologist from Montreal, and he was talking about addictions, all kind of addictions and the brain. And the gambling part is really, really close to bad trading habits, right? Because when we don't have great habits, we usually fall into emotional trading. And when we are in the emotional trading state of mind, then we lose all references. We just want to make money. We just want to make what we just lost and some. We are unconscious. We lost our frontal lobes. Okay?
I
So,
remember this, Dr. V, this experience when I was a younger trader, actually having this moment where after I had got done completely like toasting an account, basically, like almost like waking up. Like literally I'm just like, it's like all of a sudden I'm done and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what happened? Like that hit and that removal from consciousness when I was especially a newer trader was so heavy. Like it was almost like blacking out.
yeah, exactly. You are in a different state of consciousness. And because you switch states, there is no control. So you really have to cut this loop, right? You have to prevent that slip into unconsciousness. That's why we build habits and we build a process and we have rules. Also, make sure that you have your automatic rules for protecting your money. Okay, you have a max loss per day, you have a max loss per trade that will be always the same thing because you want to protect your psychology and your money when you're feeling a little off, right?
And it will happen. No matter
And it
how
will
good of a
happen.
trader you are, you're gonna have an off day. Your kids are gonna wake you up at the wrong time, or you'll forget to wake up. Your schedule's jacked. You're all over the place, and you go into the day in the wrong mind. Like much less once things get stressful, right?
Yeah. So trading takes, and I read that on Instagram the other day, success in trading takes many years of suffering. I told you that before, so you heard that already, but
I love that though.
many years of suffering. Like, are you hearing me right now?
The word, specific word here. I like it.
Many years suffering.
Suffering.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Hope you're
morning.
doing right.
Yeah, welcome home. Hope you're paying attention. Like for suffering? Ooh, good gracious. Right? So, but
Yeah,
it's true. But trading in general, I think that's the trap for this whole occupation. Even when you're good at it, there's still a lot of suffering that comes along with it. You're taking losses all the time. Like you have to get used to it. I mean, it's the best loser wins moment here. If you can't, I just had a little bit of a red streak not that long ago. I mean, you think I was happy on day 4 of that guy? Nope. You know what I mean? That's not good.
but then what you did was, okay, something is wrong with the system because I perform the same way. I cook the same way, right? So something must be wrong with either my system or my reading of what's happening.
Absolutely. And that's what was going on with me, by the way. Our last Wednesday session that we had, and I was mentioning a couple people in my mentoring group about this. When we started talking last Wednesday, I realized at the end of that session that I was relying too heavily on my leading indicator. I was focused too much on the cams, not enough on the actual volume and price analysis that I use so that I know when it's appropriate to get in or when it's appropriate to get out. So it's like, so I was basically just mining levels with no real signal, you know what I mean? So just putting too much faith in the cam. So I had to step back and see that. And then as soon as I did, boom, immediately back in it. But that's where the journaling and the consistent performance is really helpful, because all you got to do is just look back into the past a little bit. What am I doing wrong here? And I noticed that because you had started using some higher time frame levels and the cams were overshooting. I'm like, oh, see, I'm just not looking at it right. And I was like, man, it was so awesome.
Yeah, it's we get when we have a winning streak, and I had a big mistake. I told you about that like maybe 2 weeks ago. I was not paying attention enough because I was making money every day. That was it felt easy. And guess what? NQ, my best friend, called me on it and said, "Hey, you don't want to pay attention? I am going to show you."
Yeah, wake up.
And it cost me a lot of money, okay? But I needed this. And 3 days later, I was back on my feet like nothing happened. But still, I took this day as, wow, eye-opening moment.
Yeah, but you're even at your level, you're still going to have these suffering moments, right? Where you're going to, every time this happens and you get hit like this, it creates doubt, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, did I just lose it? Like, I've been, even after doing this for like the better part of a decade now, I go a few days losing. I'm like, oh my God, is today the day the cams stop working? I've been using them for 5 years. Every single day is today the day that everything just goes away. I mean, but you have to be able to live in that if you're going to be successful. I think one of the big mental changes I had as I became a trader was self-confidence. Like I could not do what I'm doing without being able to just, not necessarily on the outcome, but just my ability to do what I'm going to do every single time. So at least I knew the error wasn't mine, right? I'm not doing anything wrong here. So something's changed. What's different? And then I found out it was my error. Oh no, right? I got through the journal and I looked into it and I realized, oh, wait, I'm not reading the volume right. I guess it was my error. And so at first, when I looked into it, I was like, the market must be wrong. Sure enough, it was me. You know what I mean? But thank goodness for journaling and aware and consciousness and staying aware of the process, because those are the kind of things, that can really get you out of pocket, send you into that diagnostics process that just goes on forever.
Yeah, we need to be, journaling is so important. And I know it might seem like too much when you just start and you don't want to do it. But I think journaling forces you also to take less trades, first of all, which is a good thing
Sure
because
is.
you have to journal them. So I think 3 to 4 trades maximum a day is a great number. Okay. And then when you journal these trades, you are learning so much. So most of my loss of September, okay, my losing trades, they were because I was not paying attention to the higher time frame. So in the morning when I chart, I always have the higher time frame story to back my trade ideas. But sometimes the sentiment shifts between in the session, right? So we have a 4 hour downtrend. We are still below it. We just hit it. I'm happy. I'm going short today because the bigger picture is short, but then it breaks the downtrend maybe a couple of minutes before I take my trade short, but I don't look at it. The line is there, but it's like I don't see it. I didn't look as far left as I should
Exactly.
because I always remember, okay? And one of my mentors told me that if you want to trade right, you look to the left. Okay, and it's exactly what I was not doing. So I think when we have losing trades now, it's really like the tunnel vision effect.
Well, it's like, a buddy of mine, he's actually hanging out in the room right now. Mark Douglas, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
Looking forward to seeing you this weekend. I'm doing Money Show this weekend in Orlando, and Mark's coming out. We're gonna be hanging out, and we got the crew coming in to do the whole thing. So that should be a lot of fun. But one of the things Mark said to me a long time ago, actually, is it's kind of like being in a car and taking a turn without looking in your rearview mirror. You know what I mean? Like you need to look left on the chart, because if you don't, if you're not paying attention to what's behind you, you know, then you're going to run into something. You know, you're not going to see these things that are just around you. So, you know, and I think that happens a lot, you know, with traders as we get horse blinders and we get so hyper focused on the minutia, you know, that we lose the bigger picture, and then we get beat up, you know, chopped out, and all of a sudden we realize, man, if I had just rolled that mouse back a little bit, zoomed out just a tiny bit, I would have seen that we were smacking right into a, like, the most obvious, like I've seen some of your downtrend, your 4-hour downtrends. It's like the most obvious line you've ever seen in your entire life. In hindsight, you're just like, wow, like, oh my God. So, but you can't see it if you're up too close, you know, so you gotta zoom out and look left.
Yeah, and that's why I'm long NQ today, because we broke the 4-hour downward pressure. So I'm not going to be short because we broke it. I don't know for how long we're going to break it, but we did. So it's really coming back in the present moment with all the information accessible to us. So it's not because we were downtrending at 8:30 that at 10:30 we are still downtrending. And that's the part where I got too comfortable. Oh, I have a story. That's the story for today. Well, guess what? Right? We never know what the markets can bring. Like we had
True.
the best example last Friday. Thank God I was short. But I mean, when we have sometimes these thoughts in our brains, like, oh, it's not gonna do that. Oh, I feel it's gonna do this. Oh, it should do that. Or it's stop it.
Yeah.
Look at what the chart is telling you.
Yep.
It's a language. It's talking to us. What is it saying to us right in this moment based on your analysis? So it's always, so journaling is so essential. And I had a great guy from Peak Capital last Monday who was saying his trading took off when he finally get himself to journal his trades. You need to learn what went wrong. You need to know, you need to get the unconscious conscious. And the only way you can do that in trading is through journaling.
Absolutely. So something like I really resonate with this is, as most of you know, I'm a classically trained musician, right? So stock trading to me resonates the same way reading music resonates. Like it's a language. It's a language of math, but every single note movement tells a story. Each one, if you're following the progressions, follows and has like a logical progression and order it follows. And the market really is that. Once you learn, you know, that's one of the reason, you know, I think Dr. V and I like to consider ourselves to be like market alchemists, right? Because we're trying to, like, you know, we're trying to teach you like the language of the market, like the way of this world. You know what I mean? It's not just ones and zeros and lines. It's people, it's algorithms, there's a story, there's a context behind the numbers that's maybe a little bit more subtle, but much more powerful. And if you can start to get dialed in to what's going on in these areas and start to recognize these varied signals, and you can group enough of them together, get the right correlation, the moves you can generate can just be amazing. I know yesterday a few of us of my mentees went long off of S6 on ES and got some of the best moves of their lives, and we bounced right off of a lower trend that was coming in right underneath S6 right there on a higher time frame. So it was, I mean, it was such a huge setup for them. So it was one of those things where they combined the cams with the trend and boom, you know,
I
just
think it's something we have to address here, okay? So cams are just aware, like a support is aware, like a resistance is aware, like a trend line is
100%.
aware. Okay, so you need people, you need to understand that. It's just aware. It's not because price goes to R3 that you are shorting. It's not because the price goes to a resistance that you are shorting.
Yep.
It's an area.
Yep.
Can I hear? I would be interested to go there and play, but can I play? I don't know. I need the price to tell me when.
The best description I have of this is actually when you guys hear Dr. V's random look at me alert come through. You know what I mean? You'll hear go, look at me. And then we all know, oh, something's alerting. But that's what it is. The cams and the cam alert system is by no means an entry signal. It's just an isolation of the most ideal location based upon range and opening price where you should be able to get a really nice day trade from. Right? If you go short here, you should be able to run most of the ATR that day, the other direction. But just because it's there doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? This is why if you ever read my book is broken down into 3 distinct sections: where, when, how. Cams are just in the where section, right? We still can't talk about your recipe, how you manage your entry, how you manage your money. All of those things are completely separate. And when you get in and when you get out, all of those things are completely separate. And you got to learn each one of those. Like if you're hitting the buttons here, but you haven't taken time to really, every strategy should have a where, when, and a how to it, more or less, right? So if you haven't had the time to clearly and simply define those items, like if you're getting out and you don't know why you're getting out, right? You're saying to yourself, I got out because I thought. Nope, that's not a reason to get out. Nobody can get out because they think a thing. There needs to be a reason. Went through the 50 moving average, broke trend, right? Regained the opening price. You could come up with any myriad of reasons to get out, define it, right? And then use it consistently. And I think that's where you'll really make it. Ha, Vic, forever suffering. And someone else said, Dr. V, that you have to be a masochist to be a stock trader. Is this the true thing? You just kind of have, you have to just be into pain a little bit.
We have to be crazy. I think we're a bunch of crazy people, so that's okay.
I guess so. All crazies unite. Hey, welcome to your new crazy family. Woohoo. Man, I tell you what, when that news came out, though, the bear was itching I was in RTY short on Friday, and it was like right around all of a sudden 2 minutes. We were R3 to S3, and I was like,
I know.
Yeah, let's go. I mean,
I think my
crazy.
trade was, I was shorting the downtrend, so I was in NQ and the price came back under my higher time frame downtrend, so I was short oriented based on that. And it took forever. It was just hugging the line for like 2 hours. But then all of a sudden I hear a lot of look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm like, okay, what did Trump do again?
Welcome to the Trump administration. Everyone always asks me, why aren't you into swing trading? Right? So, and then, and I'm like, because I started trading when this guy was president last time. And the same thing would happen. He'd be in like 2-3 days and then in one day. The only thing that creeped me out a little bit still was Peter Tuchman posting 2 days before that the market hasn't been down 2% since April. And then we dropped almost exactly 2%. So I'm just saying.
Peter is the god, right? So
I mean, I had to put on my tinfoil beret and everything just to make it work. So just, can't have anyone taking me too seriously.
But yeah, if you feel that you are overwhelmed and that it's too much, you're digging yourself a big hole, you're confused, you learn too much, okay, do yourself a favor, okay? Go back, remove everything on your charts and start looking at the price. Start understanding its language. Look at the movements. Look at how price reacts to previous support and resistance. Look how trends are developing, are formed. Okay, higher highs, higher lows for an uptrend. Okay, the opposite for the downtrend. Like, take some time to just listen, to just look at what's happening. Because I think success in trading is starting by forgetting almost everything you've learned about trading. And starting to learn about yourself. It's an inward journey, inside out. Okay? If you suck at this, It's because you are trading with your human brain. If you have a recipe, but you don't follow it, it's because some of your needs are not met. Your brain seeks to be filled with a soothing P&L. Fix yourself and stop trying to fix your trading. Go to the freaking gym. You will see, oh my gosh, I've been to the gym 3 days and my trading got better. Like, I don't understand why. Like, a lot of people I work with tell me that.
Yeah. I have a really weird correlation here, actually. I have an extremely high hit rate in airports, right? It's just a super weird correlation, but thanks to journaling, it's information I can get to. So I have an incredibly high hit rate in airports. So like, what's the big difference between me in an airport versus me in like my everyday? When I'm in an airport, I don't care about trading. Like it's the least important thing like on my mind that day. Like where I'm going is what's important to me. The things I have to get done before I get there, like getting on with peak, because I normally trade with peak in the mornings, or I do something like that, and I've got my destination, right? Like, so I'm not really even like worried about trading that day. Like I'm just excited about where I'm going. I've got a few things to get done in between and then I'm there. So it's like that lack of, we were talking about like gambling, it almost takes that element out completely for me, right? Because I don't even want to gamble that day. I've got other stuff going on. So if I find a good opportunity, I'll take it. And oddly enough, the indifference often works very much in my favor because there's generically a good setup every day. And since I'm not really hunting for it, it just kind of sets up for me. And then there it is. But I always thought that was kind of interesting because I noticed that with my hit rate in airports. I'm like, I wonder why that is. But I kind of figured it was actually due to a very similar concept.
And let's be real, like most traders don't blow up accounts because a lack of knowledge.
Facts.
Okay? I know a lot of traders, they know everything about trading. Yet, they are not making money consistently.
I know traders that know more than me about trading that are not making money. Like they got stuff on their charts. I'm like, what exactly is that indicator?
And I like when I work with new people and they bring their vocabulary, like the fancy
Yeah,
word, like even like
yeah,
supply and demand zones. And like, I'm like, okay, it's a line, it's like a horizontal line or zone, or like, I just talk about lines, like trend, like the fancier I can get is like support, resistance, trend lines,
for
because
real.
I don't want to bet, I don't want to mess up my brains. And some are like, oh, you don't know about that concept, and that, no, and I don't want to know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like I don't work for an hedge fund. I trade my lines.
yeah,
I look at price action. I follow the leader.
yeah.
Okay,
Keeping it
I'm a
simple.
servant.
Keeping it
Okay?
simple,
Yeah.
simple, sexy in stock trading as a retail trader. You guys gotta like, don't go too crazy. Unless you're a computer developer, and you're writing special indicators, you should not have 8 monitors. Got you there, Bruz. I was
Do
slinging
we
that one
have
there just for
bros
you.
in the house?
Bruz is in here. I know he's in here.
Hello.
I was just throwing that out there just to make sure that gotta keep
I
it.
think it's
He's the
more
only
than
one.
8 monitors.
He's the only one who's allowed to have 8. Everybody else, all you need is like this, right? All you need is this guy right here. I mean, you really don't need a whole lot. Like,
Hey,
there he is.
hey, again, lots of love for bros, right? He's making you're making a lot of money because of him. So thank you,
Keep that in
bros.
mind. We had Dr. V in Megan's room yesterday. She gave us great insights. Little shout out on your work in Megan's room. How
Hey,
amazing is that?
hello. Thank you so much.
I am
That's
0%
awesome.
surprised that you had great insights while she was in there. Don't forget, by the way, for everyone, just since we're halfway through this show, Wednesdays have basically become Dr. V days at Bear Bull Traders, especially this Wednesday. She's just taken over, right? So not only do we have her on YouTube today, don't forget at noon we have Back to the Futures, and she's presenting at 8 p.m. tonight as well. So make sure your calendar is clear. make sure you come hang out with Dr. V. And I think the tonight's webinar is going to be epic. So I would highly recommend everybody make sure they get by and check that out, because it'll be worth it. So big reason to come behind the paywall at Bearable Traders and hang out. And don't forget, Dr. V does offer private mentoring as well for both her trading and her private clinical business, right? Don't forget, she is a, like hypnotherapist, mindset instructor. She does it in all realms, right? PhD. So if you need her at all, find her. So, and she's here to help. So, all right,
Thank
good.
you so much for the shout out.
Yeah, that's how we do that.
I had two people writing to me last week about, like, thank you so much. One guy, he made me laugh so much. He wrote, you know what, like, it was our first session together, and he said, during the session, like my ego was triggered so many times. Like I wanted to end the session, but I just kept on listening because you were so right and I was so wrong. And it just turned my trading around just with one session. Like you put the finger on exactly what was hurting my trading. And he's so happy now. He's switched, sometimes you need a little push.
It's
Okay.
not a lot. So,
Yeah.
I had one of the reasons I'm such a big fan, obviously, is because, as I've been open with everybody, I actually worked with you a little bit on working on helping me increase my ability to take larger position sizing, to start going from trading micros to full size. And now I don't even have micros on my watch list anymore. Like I only trade full size contracts now. So, I mean, but I was stuck for a couple of years with the account size to do it and with the ability to do it, just not the ability to do it. So, and I give you a lot of credit, with a lot of the conversations we've had here and privately that really like helped me get there. So I really appreciate those. So anyone in here, thank you, Dr. V. You're the best. So make sure you guys always love. We got to keep Dr. V happy, so she keeps hanging out with us. Someday she'll figure out she's too good for us, but for now we got her. So.
But sometimes you need that little extra thing. Like we didn't work like 10 sessions together, but
no,
that
it was
just
a
you
nudge.
need that, like, and sometimes people just need somebody else to say, hey, you can do it. That's okay. You're fine. You are allowed to do it. Like Megan
Absolutely.
posted a quote on her Instagram this week about a guy saying that swearing was okay, actually, because swearing was a sign of authenticity and caring. Guess
Awesome.
what? I always swear, but I feel so bad because I want to be a lady, right? And lady don't swear. But I'm a very honest lady.
Yeah. I love it. No, that's funny. I like that a lot. Every time. So just remember that, everybody. We're just being authentic when we accidentally drop an S-bomb or something on you. Oh man, Gianluca, as long as I can come, okay? Gianluca said Dr. V should come to Italy and
Yeah,
have a session for the local folks. Only if I'm
I would
invited.
love to.
I'm self-inviting myself to Italy for this, because notice it doesn't say Dr. V and Thor, the host. I mean, like, I'm here. Hi. It's not just.
We're so going to Italy. Let's go. It's beautiful. The food is amazing. The wine is amazing. People are amazing. Like I love it.
All right, party in
I'm
Italy.
in.
Let's plan this, Gianluca. When's the best time of year to go to Italy? When are we doing this, people? YouTube meetup in Italy. I bet we could probably talk a lot of people into this one. You're already
Yeah.
going to Italy in May of 2026, RL? So we could plan an entire meetup around RL on YouTube. Just plan a random meetup around random YouTube. For
I like May.
May. I like May. I mean, if it were, I mean, you're probably going there, RL, because it's a really good time of year to go there, right? So, I mean, it kind of works. Thor, yours also welcome. Thank you so much, Nicola.
I just got stepped out of my NQ long. So the
What a
price,
beautiful run you had on that thing, though.
yeah, but unfortunately I lost $141 and I didn't reach my target. But can I share my screen 2 seconds?
Let
please?
me see if Carlos is around. He had stepped away for a second.
It's gonna be so annoyed with my screen share demands in the middle of the thing.
I know. He's like walking in the park right now, like with he's like a oh son of let's meet in Naples slash the Amalfi Coast. I
Oh yeah,
mean,
please.
I'm seriously doing this. So who's taking over planning this? Is it Gianluca, RL? RL's the one that's kind of flying, maybe we can have Gianluca, RL, and everyone like kind of like work together and get this planned out. I'm telling you, I'll show up if you figure it out.
All right,
Eh,
so in the meantime, let's go back to the topic
He's on
today.
his way. He'll be there in a minute.
No problem. So again, like I said, it's not because you don't know about trading that you blow your account, okay? It's not because you don't know about trading that you have horrible days. It's because you
Hmm.
cannot stop yourself. Okay, so now I'm gonna use some cognitive behavioral therapy on you, okay? And I will propose that you do this exercise. If you find yourself stuck in this loop, I think I'm sharing soon, right?
Yep, he's
Okay.
coming at it now.
Okay,
There you
thank
go.
you so
You're up.
much, Carlos. Sorry for bugging you with my stuff.
You're
Okay.
the man, Carlos.
So I had these two 4-hour levels. So that's usually only what I need in a day trading setup. I usually have just a couple of lines and a trend line, a higher time frame trend line, and that's it. So I have a 4-hour resistance, 4-hour support, and a 4-hour uptrend. So this morning we had a beautiful short setup, okay, on this line. So the resistance did its job of putting the price down. So what would I do on this entry? I would have a line like this, getting the price to the level, and I would short and go to the other level, okay? Let's say you got stopped out or you didn't catch it, you have another entry here and you have another entry here. Okay, I prefer this one because it's the longer time frame. Well, it's a 1 minute chart, but it's the longer term trend line. So this is the best entry. So you go to the other level. Look how crazy that is, okay? So the price come to the 4-hour support, holds the trend on the 4-hour. And we have a big bullish candle that hits exactly
Mhm.
on this downtrend on the 1 minute chart. So even on the 1 minute chart, trends work.
I love the reoffer after it breaks. You can see the little like indecision candle it makes once it breaks on the backside too. That's so fun.
Exactly. So we respect. So you have a trend continuation trade also here, and your stop is very tight because your stop is at the high of this one because we should stay contained with this. Okay. And then we come back to the level again. So that's a trade. And then we failed break, came back, reclaimed. So you have another trade to go long, but then you know this is in your way. But this time we might break it because we've been hitting it 4 times before, 5 times. Okay. So we might be breaking it. And then when we break it, we have this other level in our face. So what I did, I traded a breakout. Okay. And when I trade a breakout, I wait for the price to break out, come back to the level, and look at the beautiful candle that we have exactly on my level here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I took my entry when we made the new high on this. Sorry. Okay. Entry was here. And then I was targeting a little bit below the 50% fib retracement of my range on the 4-hour chart. So that was my target. But look what happened. The price reacted to the 38%. Exactly, right? So that could have been a great target. This one was a 5R trade, and this one was like a 3. So, I mean, that could have been a great profit target, but I was balling it. Okay. So, because I was a baller, then I have a losing trade, but that's
Because you
okay.
are a baller, you know.
So we hung, we hugged the level for a while and then came back and stopped me out. So my stop was below this big candle here, the bullish candle before the reclaim. So the breakout candle was my stop. Oh well, it didn't work. Now it seems like we want to bounce on the 4-hour uptrend again. So we could have a setup if we break trend here, okay? Like we reclaim the level, break this trend, that could be a great entry. Or if we mess around and then hold, that could be a great entry knowing you have this in your face. Okay, so I'm just showing you this because this is exactly what saved me from being a gambler. Having visual clues to tell me what to do. And when you look at this line that I took to confirm my breakout trade, okay, because it's a trend continuation, I could have exited here. We lost trend here. Okay, so the trade management part is very personal. You get to decide. You can trail your stop, you can use a trend line, you can use whatever you want, but make sure that you always pick the same way of managing your trades. Okay,
Do
so
you
I
use
lost.
trailing stops at all? Prim was asking.
No, I don't.
No, I don't either, but I thought maybe you did. So hey Carlos, if you don't mind, so I want to show everyone. So I was
Yeah, of
doing,
course.
I was doing I don't have any trade, but I want to show everyone. I was doing a presentation last night in Bear Bull Traders on volume and price analysis. And one of the things we just did like a really 2-second like overview on how to identify a trend and a trend break. And I put this slide together off of looking at the way Dr. V identifies some of her trends. So this is Dr. V's break she's talking about right here. How you're coming down and look at the break. And look, this is the slide I had last night. So this is just a picture
That's a
of
trend break. Yeah.
basically what the ideal trend break kind of looks like. So, but I mean, just so you know, when you talk about Dr. V knowing her stuff, I mean, it's literally, this is a picture I drew on what it should look like. And this is what hers look like. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted you to, I just want to give you guys, like, this is like, if you were to look up the technical, right? And then you just say, this is just how, kudos, you know what I mean? I just want to kind of throw out some accolades for our doctor's technical expertise. Not only is she like awesome PhD, helps us get our heads straight, right? But I mean, the technical execution here is pretty on point, which is one of the things I think with Dr. V, like maybe we get here that a lot of people don't often find when you're looking at, performance coaching in the trading world. A lot of performance coaches, very few of them are traders. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there actually helping it. Yes.
I have a hole in my lip. Okay?
It happened. Yes.
Like every time. Okay, do I have any other people like me in the chat that every time we drink something, it ends up on our t-shirt, and when we eat something, it ends up somewhere on us. Okay?
Yes.
I'm so annoyed.
That's amazing.
Who's like me, please? I don't want to be alone in this. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hands up if you have a hole in your lip. Anyone else with a hole in your lip?
Can I drink?
Robbie says he learned eating and drinking before trading. That's not very nice, Robbie.
I should have done that. Oh, there you go, Ben.
Yeah,
So
there's
your
people
wife
that
has,
do. There's so many people who do it. Just no one's okay with admitting it. It's okay.
like every time I wear white, something happens out of the blue. I'm like, what the hell? Like
That's the
okay.
color white. That's like that's just the thing. There's something about the color white that just gravity and white brings stains. Like it's just there's nothing you can do about it. It's just horrible.
Okay, so let's go back to the cognitive behavioral exercise that you should do, okay?
Okay, Jennifer, for the record, her wedding video has a shot of her congratulating herself for not spilling.
Yay, Jennifer.
Congratulations.
So funny.
Hilarious.
Oh, that's amazing. White shirt and Italian food. I love it. Definitely. So let's go back to the psychology. So if you're struggling, okay, what you want to do is bring the unconscious conscious. How do we do that? First of all, try to identify what would be An external trigger. What's the external trigger most of the time? Wow, that was a nice short, whatever. What is the external trigger most of the time that leads to emotions and thoughts, and then that will create an action, a behavior? So your first job as a detective, okay, you're like trying to understand how you work unconsciously. So that's kind of hard, okay? I get it. Most of the time, we don't know what happens. What could be very helpful also to identify the external trigger is to record your screen while trading.
I like
That's
using actually, like if you've ever used Loom software, I know you've used it, Dr. V, because I've seen in your presentations the little Loom icon in the bottom. So if you've ever used Loom, which is a web service, no affiliation, obviously, I actually recommend recording your screen and you. You can actually see what your face looks like. It's really, I know it's not like the world's funnest thing, but if you're trading and you're sitting there, you'll go back and you'll notice as you're watching yourself trade, all of a sudden you'll have postural shifts, or you'll notice you're looking at your face and your face kind of goes like, or you'll do something and you'll say, well, what was that moment? You can mark the time and look at it and say, oh, look, this is happening. So, a lot of these things you can really kind of, so I actually, most of my recordings that I used to take, especially in the beginning of me trading, were of me and that, which is less enjoyable than you would imagine, actually.
No, but it's a good idea.
It
So
works.
if you don't know what's happening, okay, and one kind of trigger is when the price almost reach your target.
Mhm.
That's a good one. Okay,
Oracle, like
because
last week. Bleh.
it will light up the same brain circuits as gambling. Okay, so to be fancy, I'm using fancy words. Okay, it's going to be the ventral striatum and the nucleus accumbens in your brain that it's your dopamine center. Okay, your reward system. It will light up because it almost went to your target.
Mhm.
Okay, because when you win a trade, dopamine spikes. It feels good. But when you almost win, your brain reacts the same way.
Yeah.
It thinks
You
you're
get
close.
excited.
So
You get
yeah.
excited.
So it pushes you to try again. So you're totally unconscious at that moment. You are under the control of your nervous system, totally unaware that is going on. Okay, and scientists call that specific challenge the near miss activation. And it's one of the biggest trap for traders.
The near miss activation. I'm throwing that one in the data banks there. I like that. And by the way, super impressed in the clinical experience always. Like, dang. Like that's amazing. So wow, what an interesting thing, because that happened to me on Oracle just like last week. I was almost at my target 3.5R, and it ran all the way against me for a stop. And I was sitting there getting into it like, and most of the stats actually fit my direction too. We had broken low of day after 10:30. So, only like on Oracle, like a 10% chance that thing stops me out from that position. Guess who won the lottery, right? You know what I mean? So, I got is losing winning? Apparently, maybe it could be, because I got the stat. Yay. But I had to sit there and watch Oracle just go and go and go and go and then stop me out. Now, could I have stopped out early if I had a reason or a signal, something I didn't, but I don't have that. For me, the way I range trade, I just hold. And now that was hard and it was difficult to go through, but then a day later, I hit multiple trades that all went from the right areas and made full runs. If I wasn't willing to lose on Oracle the way I was, I never could have hit the trades I won. So it's hard though. That's a real hard part,
But
Dr.
again,
V, like that near miss.
Yeah,
Like, ooh.
I just had the same thing. The price turned around at the 38% if instead of the 50% retracement. It hurts, right?
Mm,
But again, I lost $141 and my target was $580. So that's the kind of ratio you want to have.
hmm
It's not because I want to be greedy. It's because most of the time, my 50% retracement, when I don't have another higher time frame level, especially during a breakout, I don't really like breakouts because I feel lost. Like, ooh,
hmm
this is like, ooh, uncharted
Yeah.
territory,
Well, and we banged basically right off of ATR high in a wide range, right? So on a wide
Yeah,
range, I would expect to go back inside at some point in time. But you can see why this range can be very difficult to play. So, but I mean, we offered the sellers at ATR high, and they have accepted. We have been selling heavily
I know. It's
since about
beautiful.
11:30 it kicked in. So,
It's
so
beautiful.
yeah, let's go. So I actually got back short on Microsoft because which is the only trade call I have. But it's still in. I got stopped out, but it's still in play. So I actually re-entered that one to see if I end up hitting it because it still fits the system. So with any luck, we'll see what happens. But the great thing about being so systematic like this, I think for me, is that when you're systematic, you don't have to take the same kind of ownership of failure. I think for me, that was the big help that it got. If all I'm responsible for is execution, then I don't have to take responsibility for, it's just a hypothesis, right? I'm just going to keep retesting and going. What did you say the other day that you made that analogy about treating yourself like an employee?
Yeah.
And that for me hit so hard. And for so many people that I've been working around this thought about, like, when you guys do this like negative behavior that you're doing, imagine if you had hired yourself to do a job, would you accept that of yourself? And if so, why are you touching your keyboard? You know what I mean? Like you're not even like I like the concept of not even being worthy yet to put, money into the market. You haven't proven that you can conquer this gambling issue that comes with this, and now you're already touching a keyboard, but you can see from your own stats you don't have control yet, but yet we just want to get money, right? It's like going to Vegas, and you got a bag full of quarters, you know what I mean? And I'm ready. But the problem with stock trading is less like going to Vegas and more like going to Dubai, right? They have casinos in Dubai where you can put your bank account information into the slot machine, right? You can literally just log into the Bank of Dubai. It puts in your account number, and then you just start right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about taking a $20,000, $25,000 PDT account, which you're not going to need much longer. PDT is going to go away here soon. Right. So, but you've got all of this stuff going in here. You're just going to link up to it. And then you're going to get on your computer, the fastest gambling machine ever created. Right. And just go, tow, 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 right? Just start hitting trades. Come on, people.
You're, and you're unconscious. You become the rat that presses the button for more
Yeah.
cocaine or sugar, right?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
like the little rat, yay, yay, give me some. You're totally unconscious.
I love
Okay?
the rat one
Please.
where it like starts to choose the sugar over the cocaine or whatever in that one where they like show that like sugar is more addictive or something than cocaine because the rat's like, I don't need the
Yeah.
coke, give me the sugar.
So make sure that you're not chasing the feeling, okay? Because you are wiring your brain every trade you take. You make neuronal pathways every trade you take. Make sure you don't mess up that much because it's
Mm,
going to take time to undo you. Okay?
build those
So
loops.
the brain starts chasing the feeling when you no longer are in control or process oriented. Okay? Make sure that you have a way to prevent the slip in unconsciousness. And the best way to do it is identifying what could be an external trigger. What is triggering you?
Mhm. And
Okay.
Abdul, we don't want you to be scared, Abdul, but we do want you to be aware. You know what I mean? This is real stuff, you know. So it's I understand
No, we want you
why.
to be scared. No, we want him
All
to be
right.
scared. It's okay
Dr.
to be
V's
scared.
real. Dr. V's real. She's like, no, we want you to scare you a little bit here. Yeah, for real. You know?
No, we want to work with fear. Fear is your best friend, right? Use it. Don't use it while in a trade, okay? Never, okay? You don't use your emotions while in a trade, but you do use your emotions for journaling and getting better at it. If you're scared of something, write it down. What is it? And how can you practically protect yourself from what you fear? And if it's impossible to protect yourself from what you fear, you have to let it go. But fear is so important. We work with our emotions, but not in a trade. That's the difference. The worst thing that can happen while in a trade is like my trade this morning. Being stopped out and losing the money I invested to make the trade work. Because I'm a trader, I take trades. That's my job. My job is not to be right on every trade.
No.
My job is not to make mistakes. My job is not to be a winner every day. My job is to protect my ass. That is my job and my money, right? That is your job. Stop thinking about how much you want to make. Start thinking, what amount of money am I okay to invest every day in this business? That's a business. And be ready, because some weeks you will lose. You will be at max loss every single day, or maybe 4 days out of 5. Make sure that the amount of money you are investing every day in trading doesn't hurt your business that much. You have to be ready for drawdowns. Like a coffee shop, maybe some months in the year, maybe in the summer, they sell less coffee. They have to be ready, you know,
Couldn't
to
agree
take
more.
that in.
Trading is not a paycheck job, right? You
Yeah.
should never look at it like a salary, like a paycheck. Like if you're thinking, when can I get to the point to where I'm making X amount money a day? There is no X amount money a day, right? There's just, oh my goodness. Did we lose the whole thing? Or it's just the whole thing's gone now. That was a full stop run on Dr. V's drink right there, I think. So unfortunately, that's pretty hilarious. But yeah, you really gotta like keep in there and keep focused on that. So speaking of focus, I don't have it anymore now. That was awesome. You just see like whoop, bing. It's just gone. So for everybody out
Maybe I
there.
should stop putting vodka in my cup and stop drinking real
Yeah.
tea.
Ever since you saw that reel, I mean, things have just gone the other direction, right? It's like now there's vodka in the cup every
Oh,
time.
so you can put alcohol in a cup.
Mm.
I'm joking. Okay, it was really
Oh,
tea.
exposed. Everyone exposed. That's why she shows up wearing Metallica shirts. She's ready to rock and
Metallica
roll.
don't drink anymore. They don't drink anymore.
Uh,
They're
that's
sober.
That's why their music's gone soft. It just doesn't have the same depth to it like it used to. Yoga and alcohol, what can go wrong, Carlos? That's awesome. Okay, everybody. So 1 minute till we get out of here. Everyone that's in Bear Bull Traders, don't forget, Back to the Future's coming up. I just opened the room, so you guys can hop in there and start getting logged in. Everybody else, Dr. V, tonight at 8 p.m. Thanks, Dr. V. Talk to you soon.